Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is David Palmer, the Leo King, and Craig Skidmore here for Deep Love Tarot for the week of November the 2nd through the 8th of 2020. Of course, this is the show where we go through your love life through the cards this week for each individual sun sign, and we do it for the collective. We're here on highvibe.tv. Make sure that you are a member of highvibe.tv to get all the exclusive content like my daily video horoscopes, my weekly sun sign horoscopes, weekly tarot, weekly intuitive, and all the special programs like Full Disclosure and Deep Astrology in its full form with all the charts and all the other special programs and so many other awesome shows. We've got Her Story now. We've got so many other programs. There's too many to list. Make sure that you check it out. Go to highvibe.tv. All the apps are down below, or the website highvibe.tv, which of course you can Chromecast. You can do it anyway, or be on Apple TV, Roku, or your iOS phone or Android. Woo! It is a week of many things, but tonight we're going to focus on our love lives. Let's keep it to that. How are you doing tonight, Craig?
Well, I'm nicely, freshly shaven.
I saw that. That was the first thing I noticed when we came into the office today.
I'm going all natural tonight. I'm feeling very vulnerable. I feel it was a nice little refreshness going through this full moon that we just went through over the weekend. Had a nice, relaxing Halloween. Got to see Davey for a bit, but sat by the pool, fireside. It was good. It felt like there was a nice little transformation when it came to love and kind of closing some doors and opening back up our hearts, and kind of believing in ourselves and being okay with the past, and letting it be the past. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what we have coming up, what's coming up in next door, because that's a great thing about life. That's a great thing about being able to kind of do what we do is the experiences that we're able to have and the individuals that we're able to meet. And kind of see where that life takes us. And now, that might be down a bumpy road, or it might be bliss. But we don't know, and that's going to be the fun part about it, is kind of seeing where this transformation takes us in this life going forward. So when it comes to astrology-wise, we just did the 12 sun sign horoscopes. Those are up now on highvibe.tv. So it seems, at least for me being Scorpio, that it is about this transformation. It is about kind of shedding some skin, so to speak, and stepping into this new body, into this new transformation process that I'm really looking forward to. So we're going to see where this love's going to take us for everybody, all the 12 signs. We're about to be dipping into those cards right now.
Yes, and of course, if you've never watched the show, we are going to go into what's going on with all the zodiac. Did I mess it up?
I'm just going right here.
We'll fix that camera. We're going to go into, of course, all your zodiac signs, but first we go to the collective by, of course, I'm going to give the astrology real quick, just run down for the collective, then do all the cards for what's happening with the collective, and then, of course, we're going to go into the new exclusive High Vibe I Love Gold Platinum Edition cup with a very beautiful, we got Virgo, we got everybody in here, so it's all at random. The show, all the cards are shuffled prior, and tonight I am using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 decks, possibly might use a 9th or a 10th or an 11th. I give myself some options here, and we've got the Astro Dice that we use as well. So tonight we are actually shifting it up with a couple different cards. It's a different week. We got a Mercury coming direct in Libra about relationships. We got Venus in Libra for relationships. And we're in Scorpio season, so that hunger and that desire is definitely a big part of things right now. So it's definitely one of those times. So, I am feeling good about things. I'm not, just focus on the love right now. I think we're all a little just like over the other things. The big event thou shalt not be named. Everybody's done their things, and we're all going to learn our lessons, and we're all just going to hopefully do it with somebody we love, opposed to somebody that we don't want to be with, or alone, unless that's what you want to do, is be alone. But most people that are just alone and want to be alone don't watch this show. So I say we go right into it. Let's go to this collective reading for November 2nd through the 8th of 2020. Oh,
jeez. All right.
All right.
Off to a great start so far.
Well, it is I mean, we were filming this. Mercury comes direct in hours, so it is as Mercury is stopped, like retrograde, like and Mars retrograde. Like technically, this is going to be a weird show. But I actually like moments like this. These are like some of the most golden moments that come out of life. Like I didn't know who Little Pump was till tonight. I was like, who's Little Pump? Oh, and he wears a bling jet ski around his. Like as one of his necklaces. I was like, where do I get one of those? I didn't know does he jet ski race? I don't think Little Pump jet ski races. But he must ride jet skis. He likes jet skis a lot. Or I think he says jet skis in his song a lot.
I mean, jet skis are pretty dope. So, I mean,
I know he does the ski thing.
Jet skis
so maybe
mob around Miami.
Yeah, maybe it's the ski thing he likes to do, and they're like jet ski and ski. I don't know. I need to look more up into him. All right, November 2nd through the 8th of 2020, and really the big event is, ironically, on Election Day. Mercury is coming direct in Libra. We have the Sun still in Scorpio, and this week, it really is this Mercury direct. It is going to be in square to Saturn this week, but it does pick up speed to middle of the week and get over this Saturn by the end of this week. So. I think that it can be very harmonious as long as you're willing to face the stuff that karmically just is no longer working out, or wherever there's just been blocks in relationships and the combos especially. If you've been afraid to have those uncomfortable conversations, you just got to do them and move forward. We got Venus getting ready for its opposition to Mars retrograde, which comes at the beginning of next week. So, I mean, we haven't seen that since I think it was 1941's Mars retrograde in Aries when it was completely through there. So this is definitely going to bring up a lot when it comes to, there could be this really big feeling of opposing force of what we want and the people that we're trying to be with, but there's also this amazing divine union. But it's kind of weird because if you think of 1941 when this happened, it was right before, in America at least, when we went through Pearl Harbor, that there was all these couples that were together, and then there was that also kind of like, uh-oh, we're going to war, and all the kissing pictures of men going to war and the women, you know, saying goodbye and then having to work. And, you know, there was those bonds during that time. And if you don't have that kind of bond, I would say, dun, 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 sending that one off on the ship this week. Venus and Libra, too, is trying to balance everything out, getting ready for the squares to Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn next week, as Mars will be coming ready to come out of its retrograde. Jupiter, Pluto is coming, and got a new moon Scorpio coming up here into next weekend. So, yeah, this is going to be a week where, with at least Mercury direct, you can start making those choices, starting to see clearly about things and start to move forward on things and get ready for, is this ultimate bond of holy cow, or is this the most opposing force ever in my life that I'm with? Let's see what the cards have to say. Well, we got the Tower reversed as the first card. So yeah, I mean, if you're going to avoid the Tower situation, might not work out too great for you. I would say that, you know, anything that really has just come to an end, you can't keep avoiding it. That's going to be the main part of this week. But that means it allows you to move on to better stuff and to greater things in life. So I wouldn't be too scared of this unless you're scared of dealing with the truth of what you know is, you know, traumatically not good for you. This could also mean, like, if you have fears of entering into new relationships and you think it's going to be a tower, check yourself. Maybe you have some PTSD from just past experiences and there's really nothing to worry about there. So the Tower reverse can be definitely two different things there. Our challenge card that we got is the Four of Cups upright. Ooh, the challenge is, you know, are we at a position where we're just, here's something beautiful, but we're not going to do anything about it? Or I'm just going to keep just like holding on to something, or like that I don't want to hold on to anymore. Or in this card, it's like getting so drunk because you don't want to deal with it. There's a lot of you know, repression of like, I don't want to deal with this right now, or suppression. I don't want to deal with this. Well, you know, the universe is saying you're going to have to deal with it. And I would say that this is for especially like, and whether you're single, dating, or in a relationship, issues that, you know, just aren't working out. Like this is, it's just like, you can't just keep kind of ponying Express to the next station here. Our overall that we got is the Nine of Wands upright. Man, this card popped up so much. In all my reading, it's just popping up nonstop. And there's these walls. There's these things that we feel like we need to protect certain things right now. It's like, what? Protect things that aren't working, or protect ourselves from being afraid of something that might not work, even though if we really want it, like, then it would be worth defending and holding on to. I think there's a lot about protecting things that aren't worthy of it, and then being afraid to go into new things and taking down the walls in order to see that, might be the most precious thing ever that I would want to, protect because it's worth it. The way that we get through this kind of weird feeling here is we did get the Seven of Daisies, which in this one, it is the Pentacles. It is like we can't keep investing in things that we are no longer worthy, or feeling that like the investment's just not there. It's like we can't just keep having things and holding on to partnerships or holding on to ideas of scenarios that we know the investment maybe that we put in hasn't returned anything that much back. There's a lot about it's like I got a feeling of just like complete, like this is just dead and I'm just still putting energy into it, and I don't even want it, but why am I investing in something I don't want to do? Like, you don't have to do that. I don't know why, but all the cards are so far away from me. I'm gonna have to make a quick adjustment here, which I think we'll be able to keep the cameras right. All right. We still good on the cameras or no?
Cards.
Yeah. Okay. So
I mean, it says green.
We got the six of Wands in reverse. We're not going to have victory in our life over things that we keep avoiding that are ready to end. But that doesn't mean that victory is not on the horizon. I would say that means that victory is on the horizon when we finally get over these tower moments that we need to face, fears that we need to face. That no victory comes when we don't have the energy to go through what we fear the most. And that could go in all different directions with love, especially. Our overall here with this Nine of Wands is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So, yeah, why defend something that doesn't work? Why defend something that we can't achieve anything, that we don't have the conveyor belt working? It's just like this chain just keeps falling off. Everything when the chain just keeps falling off, or there's an inconsistency, why are we still trying to defend that? Or why are we still trying to work on that? It's just like not worthy of working on it anymore. Our overall that we got is grounded. So this would say that, maybe are we too grounded or are we not? Let's see here. Oh, we got Chiron healing. Oh, wow. So, we are healing some places where I think we placed, some energy. Probably we're like, oh, this is going to be great for us. And I think this is us pulling anchors in order to heal and moving anchors to where the real healing is going to be. So this could be some beautiful unions that are from a much more better place, a much more place where we feel victorious and we actually reach where we want to go and that actually work, opposed to just investing in just honestly things that we just already know are just like, I don't want to say pointless, but they feel pointless. I'm just going to say it. And then that means there's the opposite that's there kind of in front of you too. Ninth house, moon in Pisces. This would be that we have to shift our spiritual emotional beliefs into a place to where there is the storybook love story that we want, but we have to get over the delusions of the storybooks that we are in and learn to release the toxicity emotionally that is not working out.
Yeah, I think it's pointing out definitely some soul work that we need to do individually, before we can kind of rush into a partnership. And we don't necessarily want to rush into a partnership, and it's taking that extra time to kind of figure out ourselves through this and kind of figure out the direction that we want to head so that we don't, a year down the road or longer down the road, you kind of look at yourself and like, how the hell did I get here? Who's this individual that I'm with? So I think it's really taking time and looking at yourself before you kind of, again, rush into any situation, because it might work out, like Dave's saying, it could be, but I think it's important to look at yourself and look at the whole situation before actually committing to anything at this moment.
Yeah, I think I think that this is more, in my case, not about rushing into new stuff as much as it is clearing up old stuff that's not working out. Because I feel like it wouldn't feel like rushing into something if you were able to clear the shit that didn't work in the past out. Like, you know what I mean? It would just be like,
maybe cut some cords.
I mean, yeah, I think there's that. This Tower reversed, hanging out with Mini Christmas. I mean, if you really think about it, like Tower reversed, and it was hanging out with that Six of Wands reversed. Like, there's no victory for continuing to deny that the Tower is going to fall. So, I mean, I feel like it's just like these are situations that are like, once you just like get over, like if you're hung up on an ex or you're hung up on the relationship that's just like you're barely even checking into it, you're just like, oh, well, they're supplying this, or they're, you know, like it's a Tower moment that's trying to happen, and it's like there's no victory at all in your life for love, especially the more that you continue to deny the truth of things. So I would say that new stuff would just naturally work for people that just have already cleared and grounded it into the better place. They've done their healing, and they wouldn't even feel like rushed. It would just be like, this is just natural, just bang.
There we go. When you know, you know.
When you know, you know. First, who are we doing first tonight?
All right.
Leos are first tonight.
Oh.
I think it was last week, so.
Yeah, happy day, happy day.
Shit. It's moments like these where, well, moments like these. That's right. Yes. All right, Leos, let's see what's cracking for us this week. High Priestess upright. All right. Definitely very in tune with what we know we want in our relationships. And you know, this is also about, there's only energy when it comes to relationships that has to understand the dynamics of the true spiritual form of who you are, and you're able to see that in somebody else. Don't be, you know, mystified by somebody who's really just trying to mystify you, and you're not feeling mystified. Like, I feel like this is where it's like there's a mystification to this love this week, where it's like magnetic, where you feel the forces between both people or not, opposed to just, you know, one force trying to kind of pull you in or try and seduce your energy. If you don't feel it, Leo, it's going to be like, yeah, I don't feel that. Leos probably have one of the best gauges for that with the 8th house Pisces. So I would say that, you know, this is definitely a good week to just be like, but it also means like, maybe it's better if in partnership that the spiritual union and the spiritual understandings are similar, and the sign, there's a lot of signs. There's a lot of signs for Leos this week, and the other partner would be feeling the same signs too. The challenge is, well, the Queen of Cups in reversed. So the challenge is that, Leo, I think that you haven't felt emotionally nurtured or together in many ways. I don't feel like you're at a place where you feel that you know exactly what's going on emotionally. I think that you feel pretty lonely inside. Haven't felt like, you know how to maybe even nurture yourself. That would also be clearing up a lot of past emotional situations. And I would think that would be important for you, especially if you're going to enter into more magical stuff and more stuff with the signs. You're going to have to be willing to hold that emotional new energy in. So I would say, like, your challenge is that, you know, maybe you don't feel that that's out there. Maybe you feel like you've been stupid with where you put your emotions before. Maybe you don't feel emotionally understood of the nurturing nature that you are. And even if maybe you pull it out reversed on somebody, like, hey, that's just the way it is. Like, you're going with your gut. The overall card is the 3 of Swords. So there's definitely heartbreak here. But I feel like it's like, I don't know why I said pulling out. I almost feel like you're breaking somebody's heart, even though maybe you're not into it. We're going to get deeper into that. The way you get through this is, wow, the Ace of Rods in reversed. I would say that, yeah, you got to clear up anything that your heart's not into to allow you to go to the new place your heart wants to go. I think Leos are jumping ships to new energies of the heart. And I don't think that it's going to fare well for you, of course, as a Leo. It's not easy. Leos, we are the heartbreakers. But at the same time, it's the only way for you to move forward into a better life, you know? Let's see what's going on with this High Priestess card. Wow, we got the 7 of Wands upright. Yeah, this is like, Attracting a partner that is on the same page, sees the same signs, and is at the same time willing to just 100% own it and battle for the best position together. Like, it's almost like it's got to be a union, though, of the same vibes. Like, we both see this amazing thing and we're both willing to fight for it, and whatever anybody says about it or anything, whatever, we're holding the best position. This also would be advancing yourself, although there could be challenging or opposing views coming at you. But I think that you just have to go take the best position that you can of what your gut is telling you, if that's just the basics of this. Like, whatever your gut's saying, go ride that mountain and go hold that mountain. And there might be people that are not happy, but who gives a fuck? You're a Leo. Three of Swords came up because the Sun card. Oh my gosh, that's what I said. I feel that Leos are following their happiness, and there's going to be broken hearts. And that is being a Leo. Whenever a Leo leaves any situation, whether it's love or whether it's a family situation, whether it's anything, like the Sun, when it leaves, everybody kind of goes, oh, I wish that person was there. And you know that, Leo. But it's because you're following yourself. So I would say that you would heartbreak yourself if you don't follow your soul. If you don't follow what you feel in your life, especially intuitively. You're going to have to go with straight gut, straight intuition, straight, yourself. Don't sacrifice yourself. I almost sacrificed myself once before in a relationship, like over a decade ago, and I didn't, and I wouldn't be sitting here now if I did. The overalls are the transmute. Yeah, this is some major transmutation. I think out of a lot of feeling of emptiness with the Knight of Cups reversed and with the Ace of Wands in reversed here, and the overall that we got here is the 9th house, big faith, new doors expanding, a new adventure, and you're transmuting to a much more bigger and more faithful place and more passionate, exciting place for you, and more of an adventure of something new and much more positive. I feel like Leos are clearing a lot of old shit, clearing a lot of the stuff that just wasn't in alignment or that they don't see the same way that you see it. And don't be afraid. You got to break some hearts, Leo, or a heart. You got to keep yours going. It's Aquarius, 7th house, Jupiter. I mean, like, that's for Leos the best luck that you can get for love. The 7th house is Aquarius for Leos, and just even in general, 7th house Jupiter is amazing. And then we get it with Aquarius. Like, this is taking you to whole new places, more interconnected relationships that truly are on the same wavelengths as you, and opening up radical new doorways. So, wow. Fuck yeah, Leo.
Big time.
Big time.
Big time. No, I think there's been an acknowledgement of needing the change within inside yourself, and acknowledging that, you're ready to kind of step back out and reclaim that throne, so to speak, within inside yourself and in the universe around you. Because it takes those steps to kind of heal from damaged wounds and heal from wounds that you've created in other individuals, because that shit tags onto you as well. But I think that it is that knowing that it is this time. It's knowing the work that you've put in and knowing yourself, and that everything's going to work out for this greatness once you actually are able to step back out into the world that you deserve.
Big time. Yeah, especially when you're Leo rising, you're Leo moon. Anybody who's got Leo rising, Leo sun, Leo moon, like, this definitely, especially Leo rising, Leo sun's like, this is definitely turning the corner. That's been used a lot lately. Let's see who's next. Sag is good old Sagittarius. I'm on a Sagittarius trip with a Sagittarius is on the farm. Half man, half horse. Down on the range. Let's see what's going on with Sagittarius. Well, it got the King of Pentacles upright. Knowing your value. I think that this is important, Sag, based off the astrology. I think that you are waking up to, like, I know my worth, and also looking at partners that have that value. If they don't, if you're dealing with someone who's sweating their money, their career, they're sweating their value, and you're looking at it and you're sweating because you're like, I am with somebody who I don't feel that attracted to or that confident in, because you're seeing that confidence come back into yourself. Don't you be sweating no more. Wipe that sweat off. But this is great. This is like you finding that inner abundance inside, and that's going to change things for your whole love life. I think that this has been what's been actually the key point. I think Sagittarius have been caught up in a lot of love situations or weird situations, just like because they're scared of really owning that power. I think you're going to be also just telling people in relationship wise, if you're in a partnership or you're dating, or if you're single, like you're just like, hey, like this is who I am. This is what I'm worth. This is what I'm ready for. I think that Sagittarius have been dealing with a lot of people who have not been valuing them. 2 of Wands reversed. Yeah, I think that your issue is that you're afraid to see what that new world would look like. And that's what's kept you held back, is you're too afraid of stepping fully into the new world. So I think that you're like kind of half stepping into it. I think that you're putting one foot in and one foot out of 2 different worlds here. And I think that you need to stop doing that. You need to know your value and just fully step in that world and trust with the belief that you have all the abundance waiting for you. You're missing out on so much of good, love-wise, and overall just in your life too. You got the Emperor upright. Wow. I felt that. I like, look at this. King of Pentacles and the Emperor. It's like, only are you going to deal with a partner now? And I mean, especially if you're feminine out there, like looking for a masculine, like holy snaps. Like this is like, you need the real deal. You need a man. You need somebody who's really fucking got their shit together, knows her value, values you, and is straight up the Emperor. Like this guy in the zombie deck, he has got it down. He boarded up the room. He's protecting it. He's making sure the kid's not going to get eaten by zombies. Like, I feel like Sagittarius are dealing with people who are not like this. It's almost like, you know, they go to IKEA to get a drill. You know what I mean? Like, that's
you got to put your own drill together.
You know what I mean, though? Like, or they go to like Target to see if they've got like a tire for the car.
I just got a tire air pump yesterday, actually. Mobile one.
Oh, nice. How you get through this? 9 of Pentacles reversed. This is your issue. You're not believing that the world that you could have can happen. You're half stepping. You're not even. You're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You're like barely touching the new pool, the new life that you want. And I think that you have to realize that this is, of course, a lot of self-worth stuff. But by you being attached to people with low self-worth or that don't have the same value that you feel that you know you have inside. I mean, are you ever going to feel that way? You're connected to, it's like, there's something about money and career stuff too, that's becoming an issue with a partner or the person you might be dating or who you're looking at. And it's like, why step into that more? Or why step into that if it's new? The Hierophant has come up. So that's the other part, is not only does the partner that you need to be around, but also in yourself. Like, this is about that spirituality, that it's time to make that, you know, the ritual. Like, you know, it's like, also it's just showing a lot here of a powerful presence of somebody either coming in or somebody that you've been kind of holding off from, or that you just are the opposite of from, that is super powerful and super strong and super connected spiritually and super valuing you and has a lot of value and is strong and got their shit together, opposed to somebody who has no idea, doesn't give you anything, doesn't honor you at all, doesn't have like that true God presence. You might be trying to force that God presence on them and they're not ever coming to you with questions. Like, you're always having to bring up the spiritual thing. And then they're weak. They don't got it. You did get the World card reversed. Look at this. Look at your issue is based upon that you're not taking the strength to close the chapters of weak partnerships. And you need to do that, because if you're going to attract that ultimate powerful, strong partner that you really want, and that passion and that value, and holy cow, there's so much good here. You can't stay in the world with the freaking loser and be avoiding of ending that cycle. It's also amazing good luck and fortune that you're missing out on completely when you stay. Look at this. You pulled the Death card. And you got it with Capricorn. Yeah, it's time to grow up and put an end to the bullshit. I am sorry, Sag. You know, this might be that final reading this week after years of me telling you this, because Sag has been trailing this shit for so long. It's like a smell of an old trash bag from like 2 weeks, and it's like trailing the gross shit on the ground. Like, how much longer till we put it in the big bin and it's gone and we wipe this shit clean? I don't know. Swiffer can't even get involved. We need to call Mr. Cleanup. Virgo in the third moon. Well, yeah, it's time to communicate and change your reality and change your environment emotionally because you're bored and you're ready for something different and much more in alignment with the simulation you want and the beauty of a much more better reality that works. I feel that you're in a dysfunctional environment right now with dysfunctional partner or person, and you're trying to continue to figure it out, but you can't be a mad scientist at this point and figure this one out.
No, because that masculine energy is there, that's maybe you need to tap into that fully so that you can kind of gain that courage of being able to, not saying that there isn't that power in the feminine energy of it, but, with that strong masculine energy, it's just going to say, no, it's done, and it cuts it off. He's not necessarily thinking of an emotional state or how that other individual is going to take it or feel or react to it, You just need to kind of do it. You just need to be able to step into your power. You need to be able to know what it is that you actually want and go and get it. Like Dave said, it's been trailing around for a long time, and we're starting off extremely fiery tonight, and I think that everyone kind of needs to breathe that in, that fire breath, and let that out, and let that dragon's flame kind of burn scorch this earth, so to speak.
Yeah, speaking of hot, I fucking am burning up in here. It's like
crazy. I swear it just jumped. Like
it's weird, right? It was cold, and then
yeah,
it got hot up in here. I'm like, and we're in the studios. We're not like, there's no air conditioning or anything on or heater on. Woo! See who's next.
Feeling hot.
You know what it is? 4 years ago on the election, I was in Portland doing the election night, and the energy and the vibe on the planet was so extreme. I feel that same energy coming in right now for tomorrow. It's like weird. It's like,
yeah, there was a calmness earlier today, and then it just kind of ramped up over the last hour or so.
Yeah, this moon in Gemini is definitely spinning the wheels with that quincunx to the southern Scorpio. Taurus right now is the next one. Wow, we're getting a lot of signs in way different orders lately. Way different orders. Oh, is it moo time? Let's see, how's it going, Moo Moo? It's a nice long moo there. Wow, the moon reversed.
The moon?
Taurus, what's up with this moon reversed? I don't like the moon reversed because it's, it's like, scared of the past emotional stuff, holding the old emotions in the past, hiding your emotions, suppressing emotions. We got to free these up. We got to get over we got to let the old shit out, Taurus. Come on. Let's let it's like, but like not showing up emotionally or feeling that people don't show up emotionally to you. But the truth is are you doing it back? Avoiding emotions too, or deeper things in relationships too, like pushing off a date or pushing off your partner. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do that now. Let me push it off another week or another day or whatever. I don't want to. That's not going to work out too good for you. And you got the Page of Wands reversed. Hey, bitch, it's time to really fucking communicate from your heart. That's your issue. Is like you're too afraid to show up and communicate your feelings and even get into anything. Look at that. Hey, bitch, like fucking let's go. Wow, Taurus. I mean, I get it with Mars retrograde in your 12th. I know that you're feeling just kind of like you get the crap end of the stick all the time, but I think that's because you're choosing to keep dipping it in the shit. Pull the strength card. Yeah, you know what? It's time for you to have new strength, This card's hilarious with the bullets to the brain. It's time to have some strength again about your feelings and emotions and communicating that you want to be happy and show that happiness. Because I feel like when the challenge is Page of Wands and it's on yourself, one, you're expecting other people to bring you all this, and then even if they did, you wouldn't emotionally show up for it. But two, I think that it's like, do you understand how to bring your character out more and actually bring out that, how we fall in love with people is their character and how they bring out that love and how they show it and how they flirt and how they wink and how they make a joke and how they have fun. Why are you avoiding all that right now? Let's see. How do you get through this? Oh, you got the 10 of Wands reversed. You're afraid to drop old weight. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. It's like you're holding on to something so from the past. And I think it just could be an overall fear, or it could be an old person that you know isn't going to work out. Or you're like avoiding love by going, I have all this other things I got to hold on to right now. I can't deal with love. Well, that's not what you're thinking about when you're going to bed at night. That's not what comes up every day, at least 5, 6, 700 times a day. So don't try and play games with me on that one. Don't quit playing games with my heart. Where's my auto-tune? That's actually, you know what? I'm glad you started singing that, because that's actually, you know what? Like Tauruses are like replaying like the negative love songs from 2000 CDs of like NSYNC and 98 Degrees and Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet's back, all right?
You know what, Taurus? No more Backstreeting it at all. Well, you got the strength card reversed with this moon reverse. So you got 2 strength cards. One's upright. We're going to find out more about that. But I would say that, wow, yeah, you are lacking a lot of strength to deal with them. You're in a vulnerable emotional position. So I'm going to try and take it down a notch for you here. So it's definitely, I get it. You're in a very vulnerable place and you don't feel like you have the strength to deal with getting over the past emotional stuff you've been through. But like, maybe I should just give you a little bit of ampage here to fucking, like, you can get through this. Like, come on, it's not that big a deal either. I'm going to be honest with you. Whenever I see the strength card in reverse, especially with the moon reverse, like this is with like emotional stuff. I know that's intense, but it's because you're choosing to hold on to other things and it's like, put your happiness first. Put that happiness first. Why'd you get that strength card? Well, you got the 9 of Swords. Look at reversed. Wow. This is fear. This is anxiety. You know, and I would say that it's unwarranted. It's like you're worrying about that something's going to go bad. Nothing's going to go bad. The only thing that's going bad is you not doing anything about your emotions, you not showing up emotionally, you not communicating what you want, you not showing up and wanting to have fun, you not like putting, you know what, in love. Sometimes you got to just like throw everything to the wind. Gone with the wind or something like that. You know? Scarlet wants that love, you know? What's your overalls here? Yeah, you got to unlock this door to the divine. I feel that you are locking yourself away in a cage. I think that Tauruses have caged themselves up too much. They don't know how to get out and have fun again and keep finding some situation to, you know, not go out and have love. What? The anxieties, I get it, but it's because the anxiety is just the strength to go back out there and accept love. And you know what? Nobody's ever, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you, Taurus. If you don't know your value and your worth, and it's not about being like, don't fuck with me, I fuck with my values and shit. It ain't that. It is just straight up, just like showing up that you are worthy of love. Like, it's like people show up worthy of love all the time. And if you get denied, then that's fucking, okay, they don't like you. That's no big deal. You have to be willing to, especially to be in the dating pool or to be even in love, period, in marriage and relationship or anything, that at one point somebody might not just be into you anymore. And like, if you're just not going to show up because of that, fucking then what are you doing? Like, did you want to even be here? Fucking to have fun and still have fun? Sometimes it's those moments that makes us go, fuck that. I know my worth. And then you find somebody better and you're like, fuck, good thing. They taught me a lot. I feel like that's what's going on. I feel like fucking you have the most amazing things waiting for you, but you're just not showing up at all, Taurus. You're not showing up at all. Yeah, oh, you're so sensitive with the water element and you're sensing. Well, you can't sense shit till you unlock the door to this love and that's to the divine, and that you have so many things that you need to get over emotionally, and you have anxiety is just about showing up, and you're putting excuses to why I have these other things, and you're holding a bunch of weight you don't want to hold, and then you're dreaming about love and you're wishing for a phone call to come, and then you're like playing around with people and calling and not calling or texting and not showing up fully, and you don't want to show up and you keep denying it to yourself. It's because you're scared. And you can end that. You can end that. Wow. South node in the 8th house of Leo. That's what your issue is that you need to start focusing on connecting to things in the physical instead of being so fearful of love and trying to almost like attract it in. You can't attract shit if you're not showing up. This ain't no Zoom meeting like love boat or love connection show. You know what I mean? In life.
Yeah, where's your courage kind of residing? Have you kind of lost that just a bit? Have you lost your ability to kind of fight for yourself and fight for what it is you want? You know, are you kind of stuck within your heart and closed off just a bit, and that you're not letting anybody in or anything in or any happiness? You know, that can be a major problem that a lot of us deal with. You know, but you kind of have to realize that that's what's taking place, so that you are able to, you know, unlock yourself. So you are unable to unlock the ability to transform yourself and to actually let the love in. You can't be afraid of it. You know, you can't be afraid of the heartbreak, but you can, you know, have the ability to love, and you can have that ability to actually welcome everything in without the fear, you know, without the doubt, and just knowing that what's going to take place is going to take place, and you're going to be strong regardless from it.
100, because especially with the moon going to be in Scorpio this weekend, squaring the sun, in Leo with squaring the sun in Scorpio. These are like, you know, these are squaring you and opposing you, and you're in a relationship transit right now. But I would say that Taurus, listen, when it's love, there is no such thing, especially Leo Scorpio energy, is like all in, like fucking, it's like, if it's love, it's like, I have both in my chart. Craig's both Scorpio Leo. Like, you're talking to two people that got Scorpio Leo. Like, if it's like thebomb.com, and if you want love, guess what? There is no time. There is no, even like, I don't even know how many times when I was young and I'd be like, I don't care. I got work at 8. I'll fucking stay here and I'll drive an extra hour, fucking get to work fucking on time, or I'll be late or what. It's just like, you're just like living in this like bubble, and you're bubble wrapped. Like, explore love, explore life. You got nothing that's going to get ruined, but push it to the limit more. You're not pushing anything to the limit. You're living a bubble wrapped life. You're making this COVID world look like kindergarten. You're like living in as if like there's just toxic air everywhere, and we're going to die if we take one breath of it, of love. Get out of that fucking bubble. Straight up. Get out of the bubble.
Gotta let that freedom ring.
Self-worth issues, big time. Just calling it out.
Let it ring.
Like, and the way that you attract it, like, it's like, you gotta show up and ask like exactly what you want instead of just play around. Like, there's Knight of Wands reverse, or Page of Wands reversed. Virgos, no, you're not crotchety, Virgo. Oh man, this is gonna be a good night. I already know. I'm already coming off the rails. I love it. It's my favorite. I like doing the show when I'm off the rails. All right, Virgo, let's see what's going on with you. Ooh, Knight of Wands reversed. You know what's so funny? I was saying Knight of Wands, and there it pops up, and it's reversed. Okay, shit. You know, either A, Virgo, you're trying to jump at something that's not wanting to connect, and you need to just stop jumping towards it and reanalyze where you're jumping. 2, you're not jumping at anything at all. So, you know, you're just like not fighting for your passion, or you feel like you want somebody. I feel like, Virgo, you want somebody to jump towards you, and that's the fucking issue. Is you're expecting too much. Like, you need to maybe learn that how you jump into love, how you come across in love, and how the passion that you show. It's not a wordy thing. It's actual physically, like the way you do it. That's how the Knight of Wands works. It's like the lover that comes. It's Lancelot coming to Guinevere to save the day. Like, you know, I love that. Good job, Craigie. 6 of Wands, ooh, so you don't feel that you're in a victorious place. And I think that's your issue, is you're trying to like make love some sort of like, some sort of win of a presidential election or something. Like, it's not that. You don't win love. You don't win it over somebody. And that's, I think, that your issue. I think that you're looking at this as like some sort of victory that must be had, or if somebody's not seeing you with an admiration. Because I'll be honest, look at I love how this card is like, oh yeah, look, and I'm on the side of the bus. Like, you don't know how many Instagram pictures I saw of like Instagram models over the last 3 years that I just laughed at. Like, oh my God, look at me. I'm like, I'm on this. And it's like, I don't know. It's like in the bathroom at like
shakies.
That was the shopping mall, like in like their little town or something. Like, and I get it. It's cool to have that, but I think that you're a little bit looking for somebody to just like recognize you, but you're also not jumping in the way that it's like you're kind of half-assing it, or I think that you're putting out more, you're acting more the part that you're doing it, but you're not doing it. And so who's going to recognize that? Four of Pentacles upright. So I think that you have an issue that if you're going to do that, understand, like, are you really ready to hold this? Is this the most valuable thing to you? I think that the universe is asking you to really make sure that you assess what you're jumping into so much, because it better be the ultimate thing that you want to have in your life. But the other thing I'm picking up with this, though, as the way this is laying down with this Four of Pentacles, it's like, I think that you're overvaluing a situation so much of how it should be, how the victory should come, and how you don't have to show up and it needs to show up to you. And I'm sorry to say, you're going to be all alone in the fucking pantry, and then you're not letting anybody in. Even when the zombie apocalypse is going down, like, you're like, no, I won't let you in. It's like, even if somebody did come to you the way they want to, you wouldn't let them fully in. You'd find some sort of issue right now. Look at that. You pulled the Knight of Cups reverse. So you're on unstable emotional waters, and that's why you're wanting extreme glamification, extreme recognition. And it's an insecurity within you emotionally right now. And you need to just, because you're stopped emotionally, you don't know what to do. Just keep moving on in life now. And don't expect so much to fill up your cup. It's you moving forward in your life with your own cup and making your own like basic stuff of happiness, instead of like, I feel like Virgo, there's like just this over yearning for something. Way too much. Like, just, it's like, whoa. Look at that. 8 of Wands. You're definitely trying to fly into something really hardcore right now. Look at that. Look at that fucking way that is like, I'm coming. That is exactly the way I was just doing it. That fucking card showed up. I cannot make that shit up. Wow. I mean, okay, so yeah, you see the arrows of love, and then, you know, when it comes to actually getting on the horse to then ride it again, because it's not just a jump, it's also being on the horse. You got 2 knights reversed, emotional and fire. So you were all about the jump, but about riding that horse, I don't know if you're ready for that one. And you're expecting somebody else to ride that horse for you. Oh, yeah. Wow, Page of Swords reversed. So, you know what? This is not knowing how to communicate properly at all. I mean, that it's almost like a misunderstanding very deeply. And also, you know, one thing about whenever I see the Page of Swords reversed, it's like, one, either A, you're not talking about everything. B, maybe it's your partner, but I've got a feeling it's more like you're just kind of mentally not seeing everything, especially when it comes to how obsessed you are with holding on to something a certain way. I think that this is about you re-clarifying things in your mind and reassessing things, because I think that there's too much like, wah! And then I don't want to really do much. You want to see it, look at it, you pulled fire. Yeah, I mean, I think that your passions are very high. And I think that you really want that exciting fire right now. You could be dealing with fire sign too. And you got first house. I mean, this is your ego. Look at this, fire, first house. I think that you're actually running into your own ego this week about how you expect things. And it's ironic because you're doing it in the ways that you don't want your partners or people to come after you, yet you're doing it yourself. That's my message for them. Leo, Saturn in the second house. I mean, definitely knowing your value. It's self-worth issues. That's what's popping up about your own love for yourself. And also that, okay, yeah, you need to be valued and somebody to love you in a certain way. But again, it's Leo. It's definitely dealing with the self. And so especially with this transits this week and your own self-worth with Venus and Libra and with Mercury coming out of retrograde, and Mercury rules it's like you're like, what? Oh, I'm pushing for something without, it's like making sure that you know the values of yourself and how to use your light better. Also, Leo rules your 12th house. I mean, I feel like there's a little bit of a minor psychotic or minor mental situation within you that you got to figure out right now. And I'm not saying it's like permanent or anything. I'm just saying, like, what's going on here, Virgo? This is like desperation. That's not a good place to come from.
No, desperation or a place of control, you know. A river doesn't necessarily, you know, plan out its attack, you know, or plan out its path through a forest or through the woods, you know. It kind of goes with the energy, it goes with the universe and where it's taking it, you know. You have to allow yourself to be taken away, so to speak. You can't just hold yourself in confinement, you know. You can't just be the dam forever. There's no way that you're going to be able to stop the flow of the energy. There's no way that you're going to stop the flow of your life. And if you are able to, it's just going to impede your growth continually, but it's going to spew out into other directions, you know. So focus your energy and allow the beauty to take place rather than kind of trying to put it in a box or trying to stop it from flowing out through you and flowing into your life.
Yeah, because we don't want to continue to go into anything where it's desperation to a place where that's like, I think it's in the flow of your life. Like, it's opposite of the flow completely.
Right.
Like, it's almost like, it reminds me, because we have the California aqueducts here, and like it's like they thought of the most awkward way of like pushing water up mountains and then like bringing them down. And it just, to me, whenever I look at those, I'm always like, no wonder we have water issues in California. It's like, there's probably better ways to do this stuff. It's like they were desperate to get water here, so they just, whatever I fucking can to have and to hold on to this thing. It's like,
yeah, it made sense,
right? You know what I mean?
At
like
one point, you know, and you know, kind of holding up or kind of taking guard of yourself or trying to picture something perfectly might have been beneficial at one point in your life, but you have to adapt as time goes on. You know, you have to be able to pivot and move and find new avenues of allowing yourself to express yourself and allowing the love to kind of shine through you. Or else you're just going to be out of the times and you're just going to evaporate and then rain on down to everybody.
Desperation, evaporation.
Desperation. Party and walk.
Geminis. I mean, it is a Mercury coming direct, so as I am bringing up Geminis, we just talked about Virgos. Like, both signs are dealing with their ruling planet going, so with a bad, hard aspect to Saturn. So I talk about it in your sun sign horoscopes on highvibe.tv. All right, let's see what's going on with the gems. And then I got to take a piss after this reading. Well, the Six of Pentacles upright. This is about finding the equal balance. I mean, this is about also, I don't know why. I mean, you could be taking on kind of like a charity case of a relationship, or, you know, but it's about equal balance from a physical standpoint. Not so much emotional, not so much like, it's almost like, okay, does this person provide as much as I'm providing in? I feel like that there's questions about that, but I would say that there's a beautiful aspect to this. So it's like, you also, I'll be honest, it's kind of a boring card for relationships, especially if you're realizing it's transactional based. Meaning, I'm scared, so can I sleep at your house tonight? Or I want to eat, but I don't want to drive home, so can I stay here? It's like, okay, is this the only reason why we're together is because of this little shit? I feel like it's like, love should be a lot more than transactions and charity cases and you know, I mean, we got to look out for each other. A relationship's about that. But it's like when relationships become about the charity points or like what the exchanges are all the time, I feel like that's the problem. I think that the Geminis are kind of stuck in this, and it's not a bad thing, but it's like, do you want more? Is going to be the question. The challenge for that, yeah, the Empress reverse. I feel like you're not feeling like, I feel like you're being a mom that you don't want to be. I think that you're trying to like mother somebody, or if you're a man, you know, you're trying to, you know, might even feel like you're hanging out with, you know, a feminine energy that has mother issues. But I also think that all Geminis are dealing with some sort of motherly aspect, or they think that they can fix things, but they can't because and then you're just like a charity, you're just taking on charity case situations. Or maybe you are the charity case and it's not making you feel good. There's definitely Geminis out there that could be pulling that one right now, right? It's like, you're looking for something that's got some sort of stature and greatness, not just, yeah, we're just doing this and I got you for this and I got you for that. Six of Cups, this one's popping up a lot for Geminis. Like, I think that, yeah, I think that instead of it just being just a fair exchange, but it's like, I think there's friendship and there's kinship, and there's good memories. But I almost feel like that's your issue. I think that you're like not really in love, or I think that you're really not with somebody who's like super powerfully like, oh my God, I want to lick your butt. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of like, yeah, let's watch a movie and let's do that. And let me look out for you for that. It's like too much transactional. Wow, Nine of Swords in reverse. You're afraid to step into the goddess that you want to be, or is to have a goddess if you're a Gemini. But that's the whole thing. It's unwarranted. It's like you're afraid to leave a situation because you feel like, oh, what would happen to them if I let them go and they were on their own? They wouldn't be able to take care of themselves or whatever. Or you're picking like, you know, dates that they have a lot of issues going on right now, and you're trying to be like, well, because COVID took away this from them and all that. It's like, come on. Do you really want to be that person? Damn. Woo!
Lack of passion, huh?
Well, yeah, I mean, when you're with the person where it's like, yeah, okay, I'm going to come over to watch a movie and I'm going to stay, and then, okay, I'll make dinner, and then it's like, and there's no just like straight up, just like, fuck, you turn me on, you're doing this great shit, and fuck yeah, and like I feel Geminis are kind of taking on this kind of like role of trying to do something that they can't even hold on to fully, and then it's making them bored, and I feel like transactional situations and charity cases and just, you know, kind of friendship energy more than even fucking like lovers, like ooh, this is a nice memory, isn't it a nice sunset tonight? Yeah, without the fucking fuck, you know what I mean? Or without the fucking, you know, licking of the, you know what, everywhere, like, and doing that, like, you know, it's just like weak. I'm on fire tonight with all this shit. Look at that, Queen of Pentacles reversed. I knew it. You're not feeling your fucking value at all by just doing these transactional kind of basic, like, well, we're fighting fair exchanges. I just feel like it's kind of like, you know, Gemini, I think you want a lot more. I don't think you want just this typical. This just to me looks like. Now, I have a lot of Gemini, like North Node in my chart, but I know Gemini as well. I just think that, you know, Geminis are in a lot of really boring situations. Wow, Ace of Pentacles upright. I mean, it's time to go create a good prosperity and a new reality. Definitely with somebody who has that kinship with, but a kinship that also gives you the abundance of the life you want, not the charity case life. Not the, I'm going to be honest, there's nothing to me more disgusting as a man when I hear women and the men are like, you know, like, let the women pick up the check, or won't, you know, do the whole like, can we do this 50-50 split shit? Is that what you're in right now, Gemini? Affluence, look at that. That's what you want. You want an affluent partner. You don't want somebody who's not going to be remembered because they fucking, God, I'm just being, this is fucking deep love tarot, and you know I'm fucking the Leo king, right? You really want to be with somebody who's just fucking like not going to be remembered. And if they are remembered, it's not the affluence that you really want them to be remembered for. It's like, oh, great. It's like Belle's dad, although some people might be like, whatever. It's like, I mean, he might be remembered, but he was remembered as the crazy guy, and he didn't do anything that great. So, Jupiter return. Look at you. You want bigger things. I knew it. You wanted expansion. You wanted your big gifts right now. Well, you're not going to get it with fucking Tiny Tim or fucking, you know, just like, I don't know. You're not going to get it with fucking loser McGrill. Boring loser McGrill who's asking for fucking 50%. Wow. Maybe, you know, it's like somebody from Chaz. Mars in the third of Gemini. Yeah, you are looking for extreme stimulation and extreme connection and extreme talkative and extreme. And if you're not getting that, then you gotta get, the environment is not passionate enough. You need a very stimulating Gemini, passionate, communicative, and sexual fucking rock. You gotta fucking spin the fucking top much. You gotta like rock. This thing is like, it better sound like that new Mach-E fucking, you know, Ford Mustang that has 1,400 horsepower. Like, wah! You never thought that electric cars could sound badass. Like, that thing sounds like a fucking... Wah! All the tires. Wah! But no, you're like in an old fucking Model T Ford. Fucking just like the back is back popping. It's like, oh, I don't have a car. Can you pick me up? I'm done.
Come pick me up.
I'm double Gemini.
No, but
literally double Gemini.
It runs true though, you know. It runs true. You know, you kind of get stuck in certain situations. You kind of feel compelled to be with an individual, or you were drawn to them at one point, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, again, why am I here? You know, where's the passion? I don't even want to be with this individual. And you say it all the time, you know, do you want to walk down the red carpet with this individual? And that could be even just like walking down the street. That could be introducing this individual to your friends and your family. And it's like, what am I doing here? You know? And so it's these steps that you need to take to break that bond, to know that you need that excess in your life. You know, you need that passion, you need that desire, and you need somebody that's actually going to want you and fulfill you completely on all levels. That's what's actually going to resonate in your life. That's what's actually going to pass the test of time. That's what's going to work for you, not just kind
just
of
dripping in the sauce, bro.
Exactly.
Dripping in the sauce.
Just eating some shrimp scampi out the belly button or something, you know?
If you're going to dip a McNugget, it better have some sweet and sour and barbecue. And it better be dripping the whole way through.
Drip.
There better be some fucking cream in that cannoli.
Oh.
Cannoli without cream.
Little shrimp cocktail. Maybe some coconut.
Well, that might be the issue, though. It might be a little bit too curved, you know what I mean? Not hitting the right spot.
And some coconut shrimp.
Oh! All right, Pisces. Fucking. Might be a little shrimp. Cocktail. Barely dipping. Oh! I don't have anything to dip with. I just threw it back in here, Pisces. Pisces, do you want to go back in?
Double dipping.
I've never had that happen before. I threw it and it literally flew back in there. So that's a big question. I'm old school reader. I take like the old ways. Like, are you really like trying to just be like, no, I don't want the new love story. I don't want to hear the love story. I just want to go back in there and just like, can we pass this? Whatever this message is, Pisces, you don't want to hear it. You want it to kind of like, let's deal with it later. Well, no wonder. You got the Seven of Swords in reversed. I mean, this card is definitely the card where you are not being honest, or your partner's not being honest about the truth of how you really are feeling, or there is some sort of lying deception. And I would say the reversal is, I would say that it's to yourself. I think that inside that you're lying to yourself. I think that you're kind of trying to avoid. I mean, I said that before I even pulled this fucking card. This is the one card that Craig and I are like, Seven of Swords. I would not want to be hanging out with that fucker. And you got that reversed. Let's see what this card actually looks like upright. This is a dragon eagle with, I mean, it looks like Daenerys in Game of Thrones when she gets on the dragon and just takes out King's Landing. And this reversal is like, I think you want to do that, but you're too afraid to reveal it right now. About your partner and your situation. I don't think there's any, I just think there's also like, you could be internalizing like, oh, or if you're single, you're just kind of like living in a really dark world that's, you don't want to reveal to somebody. The High Priestess reversed. You're not following your intuition at all. You're not listening to, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to just say this, and I'm not trying to be mean, Pisces. I'm just being a reader. You're not connected to the divine right now. You're in something that is feeling very off from the divine. Not listening at all to your gut. Wow, you got the moon reversed. You got lots of emotional suppression going on here. Or you're dealing with somebody who's an abuser, or you're dealing with somebody who's like really fucking toxic in your life right now. Or you're just in a really toxic situation in your life overall, and it's affecting your love life, and you're wondering why love is not working. Well, look at the abuse, or just look at the suppression, or not, look at the person who's telling you they love you and they really don't, or that your gut's telling you something different, but you're like, no, I'm not going to listen to that. I'm going to listen to their lie, and I'm going to listen to that. And you're suppressing your real feelings very intensely. You pulled the Hermit reverse, so you're not listening to the wisdom at all. You got the High Priestess reverse and the Hermit reverse. You got two major arcanas dealing with wisdom in reverse. You're not listening to any wisdom at all. You're like completely running off the most unwise place when it comes to your love stories right now. This is an extreme reading. I would say this is the most extreme reading I've ever done in the show in over a year's time. You pulled the Eight of Pentacles as your Seven of Swords. So there's something about, I would say, like, is this really working? And I think that that's the lying to yourself. It's like, no, this works, but okay. It's a conveyor belt relationship. It's pretty basic, but is it operating even the right stuff? I almost feel like it's like a relationship could work, but it doesn't mean that it's healthy. Doesn't mean that it's truthful. Doesn't mean that it's you being truthful about what you are inside. You might know how to make something work. Doesn't mean that it's good, that it actually works, right? Like, why is the emotion suppressed? The Emperor reversed. You're dealing with yourself not having the courage and the power to deal with it. But again, I feel like you're dealing with a partner or somebody that you're dating who is trying to control you emotionally, and they've controlled you emotionally, and it's like you're waking up from it and you don't know what to do about it. You don't know what to do about it. You feel, or if you're alone, it's like you don't know how to take power over your emotions. And even when somebody tries to connect emotionally with you, you kind of block that emotion out. You don't know what to do with it. I don't think that you know how to define what your emotions are either, or you don't let anybody even connect emotionally to you. But then I think there's a lot of Pisces that are dealing with a lot of like, people overpowering their emotions and like suppressing them, and your wisdom's to try and do something. And I would yell, get out, but that might scare you too much because they have taught you to not hear something like that. Look at that. Trust. You got there's a lot of trust issues. You need to do a little investigation. I still wish they still had that show Cheaters. I really do. That was my favorite reality show ever made. I wish that guy was still around. I wish maybe we need to get a hold of him for Deep Love Tarot and like have him just go to somebody's fucking house real quick and just be like, yo, like, here's all the footage and here's the shit. Like, there's some trust issues going on in yourself, and maybe you're not trustworthy, but I feel like there's a lot of just, this feels very like, this is some reality show shit. Wow. Third house, communication. And that's, I think, the big thing, that there's a lot of untrustworthy communications, and you need that trust. You need to know what the fuck's going on. You need to get much more closer to the eye of Horus and see the truth and see the light and see what's going on. There's a lot of and this feels like it's been going on a long time, and it's like coming out of nowhere, like, what? But when you realize it, it'll be like, holy cow. You did pull the first house, Mercury in Cancer. You need to communicate the emotions that you need in your life and that you want in your life, and stop playing games and be direct and say what you need. But also, I think that you need to be very clear in understanding how you're emotionally, mentally, needing to be clear so you can understand what you're doing and defining what you want in your life. I'm going to go take a piss.
Hey, you do that. You do that. I mean, maybe you shut that communication off because, there was pain in the past. Maybe this individual wronged you and yet you stuck with them. That can be a really hard situation that we all going to have to deal with, whether that's with ourselves or with a friend or with a loved one, being able to witness kind of the downfall of a relationship, because it's hard to see when we're in it. It's hard to see. We kind of just go about the day. We go about the moments and we're not really experiencing it. We're not really communicating anymore. We're not really actually allowing ourselves to love. And that's not going to be fair for either part. We get stuck in these rhythms. We get stuck in these routines where we allow individuals to kind of suck us down. And on the other side of that, we bring individuals down as well. And that's a hard thing to face as well, that maybe we're the kind of the toxic portion in that relationship, but we're not willing to necessarily look at it. We're not willing to look at ourselves and say, okay, this is what I need to fix about myself. This is what I can do better, because it's about controlling the world around you. It's about controlling yourself, and you are the universe. You are your own entity, and you are your own being that's existing with other individuals. We're all in this together, but we are an individual. We have our own ego. We have our own mind. We have our own wants and desires, and they're not always going to align perfectly with individuals. So that's when we kind of have to pick and choose as to what aspects it is that we want to bring in and what aspects it is that we want to show to the world around us. Because let's be honest, we do stay guarded, and that's, I think, a necessity in life as well. Somewhat is protecting ourselves until it's fully able to trust, and that's another aspect that's terrifying as well, is trusting an individual, trusting them for knowing that they have faults, knowing that they have their own doubts maybe about the relationship, maybe that they have their own doubts within themselves, because at any point it can become toxic and that can crumble down. But we can't just shut ourselves off. We have to be willing to, again, look at ourselves and be honest as to what it is that we can change. I have to do that all the time, I'll be doing well in a certain aspect of my life. Talk about, diet, for example. And then you hang out with an individual and that kind of just goes out the window and you get taken off your path. And it's working hard. It's working hard to stay true to yourself. It's working hard to be honest and being better for yourself so that you can be the best partner, so that you can be a best friend, that you can be the best lover, or even, parent, so to speak, or a family member. Again, we all need this support. And so it's about showing up for ourselves, showing up so that we can actually be honest and actually know ourselves fully, to embrace that power that we all possess. Oh, hey, look at you. I'm just watching you climb around over there. So I'm actually watching him on the computer over here. That's why I keep looking over here. We changed the set around so I can't see him anymore.
Well, I'm not, I'm not going to lie. I did not really exercise at all today. I woke up really late. I had that healing done on me last night. See
Davey stretching over here? Stretching it out for you.
Oh, yeah. And I literally, when I slept, when you go through a clearing of your chakras and you go through all that shit, and you do cut cords and all that shit, oh my God, I slept. And then I fucking have been just doing this. So I have just been sitting and sleeping. I haven't walked. So just walking to the bathroom and back, I feel like I'm Joe Biden right now. Fucking, ugh. So what did I miss as I'm putting these cards away?
You missed my take on self-love and being truthful and honest with ourselves, and kind of looking at our demons so that we're able to show up for the individuals that are showing for us, and being able to kind of see them and support other individuals when they're going through and dealing with their own demons as well. Because we're all just humans after all, baby.
Human after all.
I think we're halfway through.
We are. And I was saying, I had a healing done on me last night, and I feel like, it was felt like I was on cloud 9 when I was done, and then went to sleep, and then, you process it, and it's kind of I feel good, but I was really grounded. Then now I'm cut so much off that I'm just Capricorn. Capricorns.
I love those Cadbury egg commercials back in the day, with
Yes.
the little rabbit and the lion.
Going back to the whole Gemini thing like that, you know why I like Cadbury eggs? Because there's so much just, when you eat a Cadbury egg, this inside that fucking sugar, like that they, what is that middle like cream that they make? Fuck.
Some fresh cream fresh.
Oh, I could eat those year round. I don't know why Cadbury just doesn't make fucking like billions and just be like, let's just put that out every fucking day.
Every damn day.
Like, why just keep it only just for Easter? Like, fucking just put it out all the fucking time. I eat that shit fucking all the time. I used to fucking like buy those, and you know how they come like wrapped in the like aluminum foil, and I would literally just like bite the top off and then like drink the fucking shit out. Like it was just, yeah, I just lick that shit out. It was like,
Do you like toaster strudels back in the day?
yeah, they were all right. I mean, they were better than Pop-Tarts.
Yeah. Pop-Tarts cold are better than Pop-Tarts toasted.
Yes, because Pop-Tarts you can just eat whenever you want.
the cinnamon ones.
Yeah, and I was always the cinnamon ones. The strawberry ones were okay, and the blueberry one, but I like the cinnamons. Those
Yeah, I
are
like
the
to
best.
stay away from. I got to stay away from that shit because I'll eat them all.
What about so I never really got into Hot Pockets.
Oh, I used to eat the fuck out of Hot Pots. The pizza ones, though.
Yes, I know. I mean that was the one my mom always got us for my brother and I were kids. But my brother loves cheese so much. I don't like cheese, so there's always too much cheese. But my brother fucking eats Hot Pockets like they're fucking going out of style. It's like, oh my god, like Hot Pocket should like sponsor my brother.
Found a really good sandwich.
I'd rather
place, by
like
the
play
way.
with a real Hot Pocket, you know. But it's okay. Some people want to microwave their Hot Pockets. All right, Capricorn, let's see what's going on. You're like patient as fuck, I know. Well, you did get the King of Cups. Wow, this is a great card. I think that you are really in touch emotionally with what to do. Of course, they say like it's controlled emotion, but I would say that this is like confident emotion. Like you know how to deal with any emotion that's coming at you. And I think that even the missteps emotionally that have been in the past, or any kind of emotion that just doesn't seem to work or whatever, you have the power to deal with anything emotionally right now. And whether you got to deal with a hard thing and a beautiful thing, you have the power to deal with them all. And I think that that's very important, especially in the times that we've been in for you, the emotional stuff. But you're going to have to deal with the big emotions and be responsible for them and have control over them too. You did pull the Magician as your challenge, though. Look at her doing some lines.
Yeah, both those cards, the people look like they're having a fucking blast.
That's a blast, I guess. I mean, what is back in the day for me, but...
Well, I mean, to each their own. They look like they're having a lot of fun, both of them.
Yeah. Although, is that... No, it says cocaine. I was like, did it say codeine?
Like
I was like, are they trying to at least be nicer or something? I don't know. But I would say that, that's what's missing here, is that you're going to have to be confident emotionally, even when things are not aligned divinely for you. So don't keep forcing something that is not in alignment. And that's going to be your emotional control this week of like, hey, where am I trying to put magic where it's not magic? That'd be like, baby powder instead of what was legal. And then, when was Coca-Cola doing Coke?
Good question. Let me see.
1890, 1880, something like that. You did pull the Wold card up right. This is about, these are all big, great cards. So I think it's going to be a great week for you. I just think it's like anything that's not working out divine, let it go and go towards where the world's trying to kind of turn you over into a better world. That, this card does have, even though they're in a bunker on the moon, as the earth is just being destroyed, at least, they're safe there because there's no zombies. Although, did they carry the zombie virus with them? I think that this just means overall that, things that aren't working in chapters that are being changed over, they've come to an end and it's a new, better world for you, and have that confidence. And if it's not magical, that's why it's happening. You pulled the 8 of Swords. Look at that. That is the card where you were bound and trapped. And I think that it's a toxic situation where you're trying to make something that you think is magical and it's not magical happen. You can't. It's not going to work out. And that makes you sick. It doesn't make you feel good. I think that you're getting out of traps of things that you think are magic that have lost their magic, or you entered into magic because you were high on fucking something. And then it turned out to be
don't
toxic.
lie.
That happens. I mean, especially when I was a raver, you know, like, oh my God, I was on E, and fucking next thing you know, you're beautiful, and I'm in a cuddle puddle, or making out, and then I'm on a plane to your fucking city, and the next thing I know, it doesn't work out. I lived my 20s. Lord of the King of Cups reversed with the King of Cups upright. What is going on here? You're afraid to step into that confident place. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to deal with like those emotions. You almost want the emotion to be a little bit chaotic and crazy, but that's not the way to be. I would say that I get a King of Cups reversed on a King of Cups upright. You have to find control because things are out of control because you're trying to make magical stuff happen that's toxic, that's not working out. And it's just toxic because you're feeling trapped. Could be because you're getting sick from it too, or it could be that, you know, there was some drugs in there and maybe you're drugged up. Or you got into it drugged up. Those are signs. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like, I think what it is like you need to start to value the changing of the world that you're at with your relationship life to go on. And I think that maybe you might be too hyper focused on this being some ultimate world situation that is the ultimate world you want, even though it's not working that way. The magic's not fully coming together. You know, you can feel high off it, but it leaves you feeling empty. You know what I mean? And that's what you need to control. This is like an addiction to some sort of situation that you have to break. You pulled the Earth card with the lunar eclipse of change. Yeah, it's a physical reality changing and values changing and plans changing and self-worth. And even more importantly, it's changing the reality. It's like this is an emotional kind of confrontation, or a lunar eclipse is definitely an emotional change in your personal life, that your personal emotions are definitely needing a change and to move away from a toxic situation that actually is just an addiction within yourself to somebody that's not panning out or working out. And if it's your lover and your husband or your wife or something like that, there's definitely a lot that needs to be fixed. And where's the toxic situation, and where's the places that you're feeling sick from it and trapped and bound, and you need to work on those and have control emotion instead of getting too crazy about it. But it's going to play out however it plays out. You did pull the North Node in Libra in the 7th house. Yeah, you need to focus on balanced relationship, like actual real relationship. You can't be playing with half-ass shit or shit, you know, where it's kind of independent. Like, you want relationship, and if it's not relationship, it's not going to happen. So why continue to do something that's not a relationship if it's not a relationship? Like, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, it needs to be a form of detox, you know, detoxing yourself from the relationship, detoxing your partner, potentially. You know, it's too long that we allow these toxicities to kind of build up into our body, and at some point it just overtakes us, and we can no longer exist anymore on the plane that we were. And that's not about kind of detaching yourself from yourself, because that's not going to be beneficial at all. When you step outside of yourself, there's no realization as to what's going on internally, and that's where that original groundwork needs to be laid. You know, that foundation needs to be strong, needs to be sturdy, needs to be needs to be able to know where you're going to be going, and that you're able to stand on it, and that your partner's going to be able to stand on it and lean on you as well. But if there isn't that trust, if there isn't that foundation, you know, whether that is that you rushed into the relationship, or whether there was some sort of substance that you got into that, because that can be fun in the very beginning, but there's no actual truth to it. There's no actual realization of who you are and who your partner is going to be. And then all of a sudden you realize again that you don't know each other, and you don't know yourself, because you've lost that piece of who you actually were by not actually living with inside yourself, and just kind of in that exterior world, just swirling around in the atmosphere up there, not knowing what the hell's going on. So step back, take a little time for yourself, get back in, figure it out, progress forward.
I'm not going to go there. I think that you're right, because there's no like, you got to stand back and see what the hell's going on. You can get like entranced in many ways, and then especially like, I don't know, there's been some times in my life during Venus retrogrades, like I got entranced over a person before, and then I was just like, what the fuck? Like, this is the opposite of me. I had a fucking girl once that I dated who called me a glam DJ. And I tried to do the I'm going to date another DJ thing. Pfft. Glam DJ. I wasn't cool enough because I didn't burn, and I, you know, didn't wear fucking burner clothes, you know. I was too glammy. Aries. Oh no, Aquarius. Sorry, Aquarius. Glam DJ. I'm happy with my glam DJ status. At least I play different music than just the same fucking techno non-stop. The whole set. The whole decade. Every gig. Sounds the same. Man, since I cut all my cords, fucking, I'm just like, that's an old chord from a long time ago, too. I didn't even realize, but I'm like, Aquarius, you ready to cut some cords? I know you don't want to hear that shit, but... Or is it the fact that you are not wanting to connect cords to what you really want? Let's see. Boom! 8 of Swords reversed. This is good. It's trying to get you out of a situation where you felt trapped. Understanding why you felt stuck. Why you feel that it's kind of been like some sort of unfortunate love scenario that's been going on in your life. At least we are getting you out of that. So that's positive here. Or will you get yourself out? That is the big question. 6 of Cups, that's your issue is... Maybe this is your issue. You're too afraid to not get out of social distance. Oh God. Can I? You know what? When I look at this card, I love that they did this card. It's just like, do humans really think they're gonna go on as a species by not having connection? It's just a question. And you know what? I'm allowed to have that opinion. The fact that we are living in a world right now that if I want to or anybody wants to put out there another opinion other than what is out there, that is fucking ridiculous and fucking bullshit. It's okay that you have your opinion. I believe, and you know what? It depends on the situation. That's how I put it. But like, this is the issue, Aquarius. Is like, it's time to get much more in unification. And also, if you're not feeling that unification and you want a distance from this person, or you're feeling that they're distance from you, I mean, this could be a lot of things here. I would say that this is like part of the inconsistency or part of the feelings of being trapped or it's not going anywhere is you feel like, one, they're too socially distant from you, or you're keeping the social distance too. It's going to be a reflection. Or you're distancing yourself from dealing with a situation. 6 of Wands reversed. So you're not feeling victorious at all. The undead are victorious. Overall, this is not about some victory to have. The victory to have is the one where you get out of contemplation so much. Like, maybe you're overthinking things. Maybe you're over-processing things. Maybe you just need to be open to the truth and to the feelings and see where it goes. And like, maybe you're over-analyzing it all. You're over trying to have it be like, it's like funny because I feel like people with 6 of Wands reversed in love. It's like somebody would want the ring, like put the ring on it, and they do, and then it's like, well, like I don't want the ring, but I did want the ring. Like it's like you don't know what you really want here. Yeah, 3 of coins and reversed. So it's like you're not only distancing yourself, but also it's like you're not wanting to really integrate and collab with love, or you might be with a partner that you don't even really want to do things with, or you don't think that they have I'm going to be honest with you don't think that they have the talent to do the things that you do, right? It's like, oh, stay at home, I'll go do that. You don't know how to do this, just stay at home. It's a rough one. 2 of Wands reversed. So you know what, the world the way that you thought it would be, the trapped world is over, but you got to let go of that. It's almost like you're still holding on to maybe that world and you're ready to let it go this week. So I think that's positive. I think that it's like the world's turning for you in a new direction, and it's a new one for you to own, and one where that's not trapped. But you definitely need to collab, and you definitely need to get much more out of this whole, like, let me stay distant from things. Like, need to get much more involved. You You did pull, wow, the 9 of Wands in reverse. So I think, yeah, you know what? Instead of it, the only way to actually get victory is to tear down your walls and to also stop being so defensive about things, or being on the offense too against people and attacking their walls or whatever. Like, this is just where it's like, where are you not succeeding because of the fact that maybe you do have walls that are up and you're not, this is connection issues. And there's a lot of it having to deal with you not wanting to connect, or you not feeling part of the circle, which makes you not connect, or you're not feeling part of the partnership that wants to connect. And you feel like maybe you're projecting that you want them to come to you, or they're not seeing you, but you're not seeing them just as much. I feel like this is showing me you don't know what you want. Wow, past life. This is some past life shit you're going through right now that you have to deal with, and it's about communication. So I think that a lot of it is like, one, you're going through a massive purge of a past life situation here where communication is the key. And in order to figure this whole thing out, instead of just staring at the mirage of what you don't know, understand. It's not even a mirage, it's an illusion. You know, you're just, I guess it would be a mirage. Like, I feel like you're like lost. Maybe it's a past life issue with you communicating. Maybe it's a past life issue with your partner. Maybe it's a past life issue between both of you. But it's definitely a communication breakdown and needing to be figured out, and needing to get out of this situation needs to be cleared up. Whatever the situation is, communication-wise, being trapped, feeling like you're not being involved, or you're not being involved, or you're socially distant too much, or, you know, I know people reach out to me. I'm just gonna be honest with you, right? That for readings and stuff, and they're like, you know, I'm with a partner who like won't even get next to me because I have to have a mask on and shit. Like, this shit is really going on in this world right now, and you know, there's breakups now over like, you know, I don't know. I wouldn't be with a partner who would want me to like wear a mask next to my partner in bed. Like, I would. Sorry.
Yeah, not about that.
Especially, you know, if it was like, well, I don't think they would want me to go, you know what, down on them with a mask on. That would hurt. And it would go, they went down on me, it'd hurt too. Venus and Libra in the second house. Well, it's time to actually own the relationship that you want. If you don't feel value to it, then don't own it, because that's not fair. And if you're yearning for a connection and you want to have it physically, well, you're going to have to do something about it. You're going to have to own it. You're going to have to make it happen. You're going to have to physically make it happen, and you're going to have to actually be fair about it, not just take everything from one side or your own values, but look at the side of the other person's values and see if that they're the same values that you have.
Yeah, it's picking up, you know, some sort of confrontation as well, like standing too strong in your convictions. But by the way, I'm sure that they do have masks for that, you know.
I was just thinking in my head, I'm like, are they going to put like a glory hole in the mask with like lubrication or something? Or what is the fuck going to happen with that? Like, Jesus Christ.
Just be like a mask with a condom.
But then again,
on
it's
it,
like
something like that, you know, or someone out there could invent it. You know, who
I
knows?
don't know.
But maybe
Fauci
that could be
said,
this
you know,
new
like,
trick to kind of get you out of your funk, you know.
Fauci said that there's no problem on
want.
going on dates on Tinder.
That's what needs to happen.
Remember the
you need to get out there into the world. You need to go get a little weird. You know, you need to let loose, so to speak, you know, and start building on those traumas and start climbing and hurdling them and moving past them and getting them out of the way. Kind of clearing the air around it is a great time to kind of let that freak flag just go maybe half-mast, start building on it, so then you can start jacking it up all the way to the top. Get real freaky time. Woo.
Hey, I know Fauci, I think he's married, but like after that Esquire pictures and stuff, that fool looked like he was out ready to go fuck. You know what I mean? Like, no wonder he put it out. Like, yeah, fucking, it was so, I remember when we did that whole thing, it was like everything they were telling the world not to do, but yet Fauci's telling people like, well, when it comes to dating, yeah, like take a risk, but don't be afraid, just go take it. Like, if that's what your heart wants, like, look it up. Dr. Fauci talks about Tinder dates. Like, it was crazy. Like that people were like, I'm like, okay, so we're not allowed to do this. We can't go to a grocery store and do that, but we're allowed to go on a Tinder date and date and fuck, but we can't do. I was just like, wow, because I was like, that's a projection, because I think Fauci was hanging around all the fucking labs and all the fucking, you know, nurses and shit, and I think that he was like the big pop star now, and he was on Esquire and he had sunglasses on and he showed that, what is that, his backyard pool in LA or something, and I think that he was fucking up, you know, he was like hitting up the nurses and shit, like fucking Fauci.
Need that little sexual
That's the shit
healing,
people don't talk
baby.
about in the media or anything. Like, why are you saying that, Fauci? You getting down? I think Fauci was getting, I bet you, especially he's a Capricorn too, right? Like, I bet you.
He's climbing some mountains.
Fauci was getting down during this whole pandemic. Like, fucking not with his wife either. He was pulling a Tiger Woods. Oh! Aries. I think she was Aries, that Tiger Woods was married to. With his wife is an Aries, I think.
I couldn't even hear. What did you just say?
Tiger Woods' wife that he cheated on was an Aries, if I remember right.
Tiger Woods, yo.
Or was she? Okay, I think she. I mean, this is going back way ancient, like astro gossip days with Techie and I. But right when Pluto went into Capricorn, we were like, okay, let's see how the Capricorns that fall. Mel Gibson, Tiger Woods. It was just like bang, 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 bang. Fauci's coming up. Pluto getting closer to all Fauci's stuff. Fauci's a late Capricorn too. Don't.
She's a Capricorn.
Oh, she was another Capricorn, huh? What's Fauci's birthday? Is he January like 18th or 19th or something like that, or 17th, something like that? Or is he early, like December 27th?
December
or something?
24th, 1940.
What is it? December 24th?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it was. The solar eclipse was with Jupiter exactly on his birthday. That motherfucker has been getting down and fucking. Solar eclipse on your solar return with Jupiter conjunct in the south node and Saturn Pluto conjuncting and fucking
His wife is February 7th, 1952.
Fauci's
Yeah.
an Aquarius who's just disconnected from it all and doesn't know and is lost and already is feeling like, my husband, I don't feel like he's being normal, and Fauci's out. Fauci's probably got a lab assistant from Wuhan that he fell in love with. Aries, see what's going on here. That relationship's not working out. Let me tell you, there's no fucking going on with Fauci and his wife, but there's other fucking going on. Fauci's getting it down. Fauci's expanding his horizons. Probably injecting him too with new vaccine to see if it works out. Knight of Water reversed. All right. Aries, I think the emotional world for you is definitely needing to continue to move on. We need to break the emotions up. It's like you kind of are stuck emotionally. Maybe you're stuck emotionally, not knowing to do with a partnership right now, Aries. I'd say that, that's the issue, is you're continuing to stay stuck, and I think that you're waiting for the emotion to come, and you're trying to stay safe and protected, but you just need to move. You need to move on emotionally. It doesn't mean that you need to move on completely, but you need to move the emotions to a different space. I think that you need to change things up emotionally. Maybe pull out for a minute and move on the road. Like sometimes, when we get in, when there's any relationship, whether it's friend, foe, lover, whatever, right? Like sometimes it's just like, I just need to go take a walk. You know what I mean? Like, hold on one second. Like we just got in a big argument. I need to take a walk and then walk back. I think that you need to like kind of pull out for a second emotionally and be like, okay, what the fuck am I doing here? Like this is kind of fucking around.
When in doubt, pull out.
Wow, you got the King of Cups as your challenge card. So you are definitely an emotional wreck right now. Woo! I think that you are wanting way more emotionally that's being delivered to you, and you're like, what the fuck do I do? Or you're just you don't have control of your emotions, or you're trying to go backwards emotionally and that's not working, or you're wanting more emotion than you can get. You're like you're an emotional hound right now. Four of Wands reversed. Wow. Yeah, I think that your ideas of the way that it all should look, and it is the marriage card, it is the card of celebration. Like I just feel like, I think that maybe your partner isn't looking at things the way, they're not celebrating you right now, maybe because of how you're dealing with things emotionally, or you're wanting marriage. There's a marriage. Are you sure you know what you were trying to want to marry here, fucking Aries? Cross-dressing, it's fine. I'm not trying to judge, but I'm just trying to say, like,
That dude's not a pretty bride.
No, and with Four of Wands reversed here, it's like, I think that you're trying to celebrate something that maybe it's flipped. Maybe you thought it was like you were walking into fucking Charlie's Chocolate Factory, but really you ran into fucking, you know, what is it called? You ran into, in Pinocchio, you ran into fucking, I don't know why I forgot the name of that place, but it's not a good place. Where they become donkeys. How did I forget the name of that place? Did I use the chat? Hey, egregious. I need to use my lifeline.
What are you asking?
About Pinocchio. Where he went. And became a donkey.
Where Pinocchio went?
Yeah. It was, how did I forget it? It's called, something Island. It's called, like, it's something Island. It's called like Pleasure Island. That's what it's called, right?
Maybe.
It's called Pleasure Island. I think that you saw Pleasure Island and you got there and it's turned into donkeys. Maybe you're a Republican and then you find out the person was a donkey liberal. I don't know. 9 of Cups, though. Yeah, you need to go find where the abundance is that makes you feel happy. I think that you're wanting to do that, but I think that, you know, you're not filling yourself up with what you really want. You're trying to hold on to Pleasure Island when it's not Pleasure Island. It's like, sorry, like you want a trip to like the Bahamas, but you don't want to go through sandals. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, that's not a vacation. I think that you need to expand your horizons and you need to be more joyous and find things that really will bring you emotional comfort, because I don't think that you feel secure emotionally with the relationship front right now. Or you need to have major emotional talks, you know, that maybe things didn't turn out the way or aren't looking the way that you want to. And you need to say, hey, I need to feel emotionally secure and be open with all your emotions. And there's possibly good luck there if you do that. Maybe you're not communicating that enough. You're looking outside instead of directly to. Oh, you got the 2 of Cups reversed, the soulmate card reversed with the Knight of Water Cups reversed. Owie, this is definitely what I think was once soulmate energy. It doesn't feel like it's your soulmate no more. It doesn't feel like it's turning in that direction. Or you're going back to an old ex soulmate and you think that it's going to work and it's definitely not going to work. Or you think that this soulmate situation that you've been in is just like, it's not. It's like, you know, maybe you fell for the whole twin flame thing and it was just like, nope. Maybe you're still buying that story too. Wow. Knight of Cups reversed. You pulled it twice with the 4 of Wands. This is like divorce energy. This is like not emotionally favored right now. Not emotionally feeling connected. Not emotionally there. And if maybe you're an Aries and maybe you're just crazy and you're causing a havoc on your partner, or you're dealing with a partner that's not emotionally connected to you and it doesn't feel like that soulmate energy that you want. You got to get to the bottom of that. And that there is good luck here, but I would say that, you know, it's like you need to be more open and overall, look at that karmic path. Ooh, shit. Wow, with the North Node, you're going through a karmic moment here of your life's purpose. Is your life's purpose aligning with this, or is it distracting you? I feel like this is about Aries specifically that are going back to their exes, or they're with a relationship that has been nonstop problems and they're still thinking that it's going to work, or Aries that are wanting to move into marriage with somebody and it's not going that way well, that it's not going to work out. And stable Aries relationships that have been married or going well, they just have some emotional things to clear up here and how to bring back the old flame. Because I would say that if the karmic path and the life's purpose is working out, then yeah, that would be what it is. 12th house Mars, Sag. So this is definitely cutting out a lot of things that are not being seen in the right perspective of things. So it's almost like, you know, like you can't keep pushing a belief system that's taking you down the wrong road, and you can't keep believing in something that's not going the direction that you want at all. Like, you know, it's almost like, or you can't keep hiding, you know, your beliefs and also trying to project that you have everything Everything's all good when really everything's not. It's like Mars and Sag in the 12th is like, no, trust me, everything's all good. When it's like behind, you already broke all the glasses of the house and like you're at the front door, like everything's fine. The dog's running around and it's not your house and there's a fire in the kitchen and no, everything's fine. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah, that's okay. It's not always going to be great, but it's about being able to address those problems. If you are in a relationship, being able to have those honest communications so you can work through them, And if an individual is telling you that it's not working, or if you feel that it's not working, don't force yourself to stay in this loveless relationship. Don't force yourself to stick around just because you're in it, just because it feels comfortable, or just because the individual. You guys have put in a lot of time together. It's not about wasting time. It's not about just being with an individual to pass the time either. So if someone's telling you that it's not working, if you're telling yourself it's not working, believe that thought process. If you feel deeply inside you that it's something that can work through because it has been great, and sometimes we do get these little hiccups here and there, bring it up, address it. You never know what this person's feeling. You never know how the other person's going to react to what you have to say to them, but that's why it needs to be put out there so that everything can be squashed and that energy can be washed away. That vibe can be brought right back up to where it needs to be, and then you can progress forward with them or without them, but regardless, you're going to continue to progress forward in this life.
Could have said it better. Regardless, I think that, for Aries, it's like, especially if you had this prospect of like marriage and it's just like something just went, nope. Because it's just not it's not aligned. It's just not aligned. You can't force it. Like 2 Knight of Cups reverse, it's like that's stuck in the mud. Got to move forward. Got to get over it.
And I never really look at the back of myself, but I can see it in here. My hair is a lot longer than I thought it was.
Wow, you just had that realization tonight on Deep Love Tarot,
I'm
before a presidential election.
Profile now,
and I just realized I've been wearing a bandana now since Friday. I'm like into that right now. I'm like, you know what?
Whatever makes you happy.
It's pirate season. It's Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter. We're never going to see this ever again in Capricorn. It's pirate fucking season. I'm going to fucking be a pirate.
Pirate's life for me.
I'm in pirate mode! Pirate mode! Cancers. Yo ho. I will get all yo ho. Pirate's life for me all day of the fucking week.
YOLO.
I'll play my metal and shit and fucking my pirate music and fucking get in my fucking, lately I've been driving the Mustang, the Shelby, the 760 horsepower and get that fucking American power. And I feel like Joe Dirt a little bit lately. I'm just like fucking fuck yeah.
How nice was the fire pit though on Saturday for a bit?
It was very nice. I was wondering, where'd you get all that wood? Is that something that you've been cutting out in the forest for the last couple months?
Fucking bundles and bundles and bundles sitting on the side of the house somehow. I don't know.
You know what was nice about that wood? I guess maybe it's my moon and Taurus. So I was taking in your fire, Craig.
Mm-hmm.
That wood had some really deep, rich, burning ambers that were creating a very deep and beautiful smoke.
I agree. Yeah, it didn't smell like garbage.
Like it wasn't like, when you go to like the grocery store and you buy fresh wood that's like,
yeah, like treated.
It's like, yeah, and it just kind of, like that shit was like rich. It was like, I was like, it smells good. Yeah, sometimes, some of that new shit smells bad. You're like, oh, I don't want to be by the fire. It's like too much. That was like a perfect fire.
I took a little nap there for a minute too. It was nice.
Well, and it was crazy actually. I went to Craig's on Saturday night and fucking his roommate, that I think he's been your roommate for like 2 months. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I work somewhere. I'm not going to say the place he works. And then I'm like, oh, do you know my buddy from kindergarten?
I forgot about that.
and he goes, yeah, I know him really well. And then Craig knows the same guy. He's like, what? And I'm like, dude, I remember asking Craig because I knew he worked at this business. I'm like, did you ask him if he knows so-and-so? And he's like, oh, I don't know. So I just asked this guy, and then we called him, and then I got a hold of my buddy from kindergarten. Like, hey, and one of my buddies from kindergarten is coming this weekend here. And then I'm like, oh, I get to hang out with my kindergarten buddies this weekend. I was like, fuck yeah. It was fucking great. So thanks.
Life.
That was a very powerful fire, by the way.
It was.
It connected me with two people that, even though I haven't talked to my other buddy from kindergarten, but he's coming this weekend. I already know I'm going to talk to him. But like, you know what I mean? It connected me with that.
Full moon fire.
And then, you know, your roommate, I had never met him yet. And I thought he was really cool. Like, I fucking think he's dope. Mm-hmm. And it was just like one of those moments where the universe was just like, wing, boo, boo. And we were all looking at Mars and this moon right when it happened, too. It was like very like surreal.
It was nice.
If you're not living your life in those moments, then you're just out of alignment. We were in alignment. Felt good.
In alignment.
All right. Let's see what's going on with the Cancers. Woo! I know I haven't been talking astrology, but Cancers. Woo!
People.
You ready for the wildest ride in your relationship world ever? You know it's been coming. You know it's here. You know it's about to peak.
We peaking, baby.
Coming in these next couple
peaking.
weeks, and even into this week and next week, it's about to peak. Like we're talking like, peaking. Two of Wands upright. All right. So this is this world that you want to have in your hands. The question is, are you going towards that world? And are you going to take that vision and that quest towards that heart? And do you have it now or not is the question. Do you have it now or not? Re-examining the world that you have with your love life. Let's see. The Chariot, you're afraid to move on to a different world, especially hanging out with fucking these two. Although I feel like that would be like Craig and I in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
I like the neon rainbow.
Your personality is very much, your and I personalities are very much those two characters, actually.
Mm-hmm. I'm about it.
Especially me, I would definitely have the cigarette fucking blah, 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 in my mouth the whole fucking time, and, blah, 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 and I would definitely be, and every time I did do psychedelics into the extremes, I was seeing reptilians, like literally. So and you're definitely, yeah.
You can say that, whatever you're going to say.
I was just going to say that you just have that, like, where, like, you don't trip, you know? Where I could trip, you know, I'd be like, fucking, like, I'm tripping out, bro. And like, you'd be like, shut the, you know, like, I'm not saying that that's what happens, but like, you have the energy. I forgot his characters, both their characters' names for some reason. But in the movie, like, he's just different. He's just chill. He's just like, shut up, man. Like, everything's fine. Like,
just fucking go with it, bro.
I know.
Just close your eyes.
And then, you know, Johnny Depp's is super like, and that totally would have been me, like driving away and then ending up in Baker and then having the cop and then driving back, like fucking like. Although you, I don't think that you would have had some random girl up in the hotel room fucking when they go to the second hotel room. That's not you.
No, that's not me.
And there's a lot of parts that's not me in that too. But then he goes out to the off-road races. It's like, I don't know. That movie, I love that movie. There's so much. But the issue, Cancer, here is, gosh, there is a magical highway here that the universe is pointing you towards this world, but you're afraid to go on it. You're afraid to take the leap of faith to the ultimate ride in the universe. It is the 12th card. It's the 7th card, which is the spiritual journey, the Chariot. Like, come on now. 5 of Wands, you're afraid of I'm just going to be honest with you. It's going to feel like there's going to be confrontation, like, you know, and there's going to be winners and losers. There's going to be, you know, issues that just have to be confronted and dealt with. It doesn't mean it's the end of the world. It's not like it's some tower moment, but I think that it's like, gosh, isn't it worth a little bit of elbow grease to fucking go on the ultimate journey in the universe? Like Rainbow Road fucking in Mario Kart? Like, come on. That's the final round. That's the one that you want to be on, not fucking, gosh, Craig and I think played Super Nintendo, the original Mario Kart, like 3 months ago. We both couldn't pass the second level with all the dirt because when you get on the dirt, just goes, and I feel like that's what Capricorn or Cancers are kind of doing here.
We should try again tomorrow night.
Yeah, we should. Actually, I'm going to hook up that screen with the thing, and I can hook up video games, movies, Apple TV. So I'm going to create a movie theater here.
I forgot who said it in the chat, but maybe laughed. She said, "Oh, so David would be the one who'd packed a lamp in the suitcase."
Yes. Actually, ask Craig. I pack way too much shit when we go anywhere. I fucking pack for like 5 people.
Yeah, I bring like a backpack and like maybe a little carry-on.
Let's just
Well,
say
you
I
know.
bring enough for whenever pre-COVID world would have a bellman, I would have the whole entire fucking bell fucking cart full.
Backpacks jammed full with
Backpacks,
who knows what the fuck's in there.
camera equipment, two full like, you know, luggage cases, you know, just in bags too, just all just shower supplies to I would bring like 8 sport coats for one weekend with like 15 different I would bring like 20 outfit options for 2 nights. I'm that kind of person. I'd be like, well, you never know. I don't, you know.
I have like 3 pairs of shoes, so total.
Yeah.
All New Balances.
So, you know, I don't think that this is that bad, Cancer. I mean, like, the only bad part is, you know, you're going to have to do a little arm wrestling here to kind of, it's almost just, you just need to do something about getting the ultimate world. Why are you so afraid of moving on the road? Look at that, 5 of Wands reversed. The non-confrontation is the issue. You're too afraid to put a little bit of energy into this awesome new road. It's like, you're trying to avoid fights. You're trying to avoid everything, but it's like the fight for your life, you know, the fight for your right to party. Whoop, whoop. Skirt. Skirt, skirt. You gotta fight for your right to be a Cancer. You got the Prince of Skulls in reversed. Whoop, whoop, whoop. This would be the Knight in this deck. So the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. You are not ready to take that long journey into that new world. You're stopped on the old journey, and you're not willing to move on to the journey of the world that you want. It's like the world that you thought that you wanted to has stopped. How much longer are you going to keep looking out into the horizon of like, well, that was the world I wanted, and now this is where I'm just going to be stuck here? It's like when you're in the middle of the desert, you see somebody stuck on the side of the road, and it's like they're just looking out in the horizon, waiting for something to come, and you're not even willing to put your thumb up to be like, or at least help, take me. Because then you end up like the hills have eyes. You really want to end up there? Seven of Pentacles. The investment that you put in is how much you're willing to deal with the confrontation. You know, it's like, I feel like this is the issue. I feel like it's like there's not enough sport. You know, because the 5 of Wands originally actually deals with like competition and sport, but from a good energy. It's almost like you're not getting anything out. It's like, I feel like you're doing a lot and then your partner is not anywhere close to it. So it's like, it's not fun. I'll be honest. Like, actually, because I'm thinking of my kindergarten friends now and the one that's coming this weekend, him and I used to play basketball every day for like 8 years, 9 years, and we would just play one-on-one, right? We had our rules, but at least like I could play with him. And like, I don't know, he had a very unique shooting style. He shot with one hand. He was the only guy like in the league that shot with one hand. It was very weird, but he fucking made 3-pointers, everything, and he could lay up, do all this crazy shit. Long story short, like, if I ever tried to play, somebody would be like, oh, let me play against you. And I'd just be like, dude, I play like every day, you know, like, and then they would try, and it was just like, I could just block their shot or just keep getting some jump shots in, a little just banker here, and just like, and it just wasn't fun. I feel like that you're like dealing with kind of an energy that's not very sportsmanlike. It's kind of like a bench warmer. Especially because you have the Page of Wands reversed. And how do you get through this? You go on the trail that's away from the person that doesn't want to have some sort of fight for this in life. I feel like you're with somebody who doesn't know how to have the same oomph. Well, ooh, you got growth. Wow. You're reinventing yourself by growing. I think that's the thing, is your mind is definitely continuing to re-look at this growth, but it's almost like you're being hypnotized, like, I need to grow. But it's like, are you going to actually grow, or are you just going to just stare at the fucking portal to the ultimate growth of your life? It is a 15 card, which equals 6, definitely a relationship situation, and a 51, which equals 6. Definitely with relationships. And it's about a reinvention in yourself, and that will actually grow you to the ultimate road that you want. You're stuck, and there's no more road. And if you want to try and off-road this to the hills have eyes, have a good time. Ninth house, Mercury, Capricorn. It's time to get real and see if the actual reality and the plans of the vision to the world, very Two of Wands, is real. Instead of just believing in something that's not physically showing itself and manifesting an actual physical form that's actually going and getting you and that it keeps moving forward. Instead of going stopped and just being this belief that eventually maybe this can push through. I also feel like it's like you need to communicate your real goals and your aspirations to even see if they're willing to meet that. And you have to say that first to yourself, then to the partner. Because if you just say to the partner, of course you're going to say yes. Of course they are. Oh, I'll be that. I'll be that. How many times has that been said? Oh, I'll be that. Oh, yeah. Oh, you want me to stop? You want me to stop doing this? Oh, I'll stop. You want me to stop doing? Oh, yeah. Oh, you want me to stop farting in bed? I'll stop. No problem. Like fucking. It's like on cheaters, like, oh, you want me to stop? Like, or it's like, actually, it's like cheaters mixed with, what's his name? Usher, like, oh, I'll stop. You want me to stop getting other girls pregnant and making songs about it and apologizing to you do that, but being like, baby girl, you have no idea how hard it was to tell you. It's like, let's stop doing that. And it's like, oh, I got a platinum #1 album because of it, babe. Like, and I made us a bunch of money. It's like, oh God.
Yeah, I like what you said about the hypnotized aspect of it. We kind of focus on needing to transform or needing to do this or needing to do that instead of actually putting in the work, instead of actually opening up the doors and stepping through it, and making that transformation happen and allowing the universe to kind of guide us through it as well by showing us the positives and the negatives about the situations that we've gone through and that we're going to continue to go through. So there is that. Almost, are you going to come with me through this door? Because I'm going, and I'm ready to leave. And you got to be able to say that as well, because confrontation doesn't always necessarily need bad. It kind of gets that, bad connotation to it. But it can also just be a conversation. It can be a conversation of laying out all the issues that you're having and all the issues that you're having with yourself and with the partnership, and where it's not kind of stimulating you enough, because you need that. You need that empowerment. You need that fulfillment. So allow yourself to transform. Put the effort into transform instead of just focusing on the needing to transform aspect of your life.
Yeah, I like that, because it's like there's many levels of transformation, but there is something to say about how anything that's holding us back that we're not willing to transform can hold up all the other levels of transformation in our life, Like, we can always be evolving and growing in other areas, but it stunts our growth and it stunts our transformation when there could be just this one area of our life that we're not willing to change on. It's when we finally break that. It's like a dam system or like a dike system, It's like if there's an issue, it's like the shower. Like, if there's a bunch of hair in the fucking shower and where it goes down the drain, and it's only in one hole out of, like, let's say there's like 6 holes or something, like, right? It's like, okay, there's still water going down, but there's a little bit more water. It's like, but like, it'd be nice to take a shower with not just like your feet taking a bath now, or didn't up to your knees, because, like, the longer you do it, then another hole comes and another hole comes and it gets plugged and plugged and plugged, So. Gosh, trust me, I've cleaned plenty of drains.
Thing that catches the hair so it doesn't go down.
Wasn't my hair either. Men were handymen to our women when we're in relationships and shit. We're the handymen, It's like, oh, what? Oh, yep, I know. I went in the shower and started to be on my feet, and hold on, I gotta go get the tool bag. I'm gonna fucking fix this shit. You can do that? Yeah, I can. Fucking hold on. No, look at it. Here, you want some of your hair? No, oh my God.
Oh no!
That's your old hair. Fucking. Oh, ain't no party like a what? Time. And the last ones are Libras. Interesting.
Oh, little Libras.
Little Libras, little Libras.
Oh, put that down.
I'm waiting for I'm like kind of like dancing for the party, but really I'm stretching my back, but I'm making it look like I'm like ready for the Scorpio
I was giving
party.
you a little more TV time.
I'm ready.
A little more TV time.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll hold the TV time until you're ready.
Work it
for
out.
your shot.
He's ready. He's ready. Because ain't no party like Scorpio party. Baby! Dance it, baby. Dance it out.
It's Scorpio time. Hey,
Scorpio,
Moon and Leo this week.
Sun.
Square the
Moon
Sun
and
and Scorpio.
Libra.
That's what Craig was born
Woo!
under. It's going to be an extreme week.
About to get
This is not
lit,
going to
as
be
the
any
kids
old
say.
Scorpio party. It's going to be the most extreme Scorpio party.
About to
Because it's
get
Craig's energy
wild.
this week. Once a year, is there a week where the Moon's in Leo and the Sun's in Scorpio? And guess what week it is out of all the weeks of this year?
This motherfucking week.
This motherfucking week.
This motherfucking
So
week.
it's gonna be a party, Scorpio. If you're ready for passion again, are you ready for the real shit, or are you just in hunky dory, fucking hunky? You know what? I had to. Somebody called me that I was being snickle, and I call them snickle doodle dandy. Are you gonna be hanging around with snickle doodle dandy?
Yeah, we don't want those snickle frits.
No, and you know what? A Scorpio hanging out with anybody that's a dandy or a fucking doodle.
Not up in here.
Sorry,
Not up.
not
in
gonna
here.
happen. What do you call me again? Sickle or all right, Scorpio, bam! The 10 of Cups upright, the ultimate card for like the ultimate love story. Woo! I think that this is you realizing you know what that love story is, and if it's not around, you're out. But when you see the one that is, go for it. This is definitely being admired and finding somebody that admires you just as much as you admire them. You got to go for it, though, when you see that shit. You can't fuck around and be like, no, I don't know, it's okay. Now, you know, you've got the signs, you see it, and you can see, this is the card that sees like the ultimate rainbow. And in this case, wow, she is definitely
A neon
admiring.
rainbow?
She does not thinking about anybody else on Instagram. She's just thinking about the one person on Instagram. The challenge card here is the Nine of Swords. Yeah, this is, you know what? There's nothing to fear. Woo. Nothing to fear. Like, that's the challenge, is just old fears or anxieties, but there's nothing to fear. It's all an illusion. Fear is an illusion anyways.
Yeah, it is.
But there's nothing to fear. The challenge is, oh God, I'm scared of like, or I'm over calculating, and maybe it's like, are you really going to let those little insecure fears get in between the ultimate love story of all time? The overall here is the Judgment reversed. So it's like, if you stay in the fear, I would say it would be that you would not be following your ultimate spiritual truth. Like the Judgment card is all about, you know, a higher octave of like a mission that God wants you to go on. And it seems like God wants you to go on the mission of the ultimate love story. But if you're going to deny that story to yourself and play scared, you're going to miss out on a big opportunity. So you got the Death card reversed with that Nine of Swords. You're afraid of something that would you'd be afraid of it not working out or something. But really, it's the Death card reversed. I mean, it's like, one, you have to accept like that things could end. But it shows here that it's like, maybe it's would actually die by you not engaging in it. So actually, it would happen. It would die. So it's kind of like misrepresentation of what the fear of the ending would be. You might end something great because you just deny yourself of entering of it because of fear. That's an interesting way to look at it. Wow, you got the Page of Wands upright with the 10 of Cups. Like this is a hot and heavy situation of somebody that is like all about you, and you are all about somebody, and you need to let them know it. Like, and if they are reciprocal, kaboom. Kaboom. Interesting that we got a big kaboom with this Judgment reverse. What's up with that? Ace of Cups reverse. So this is the issue. Starting a whole new emotional story that has a higher purpose is some sort of weird fear. It's like, but you got to get over it. You got to realize that you have this holy grail that has shown up in your life that has that is in alignment with the mission that you want to go on. But for some reason, it's like you're a little shy or scared of that, even though they are all hot and heavy and down for it. So you got nothing to lose except you choosing not to engage. Stormy Daniels. Wow, destiny. It's going to be a little stormy and a little different. You're going to have to feel like, oh God, I'm going into some waters that I'm scared to go in. It feels like this is going to be intense, but you get on the other side and it's the ultimate destiny. And yes, it's weird. And yes, it feels like it's definitely coming in a weird way. Yods come from weird angles, you know, from those two quincunxes to a sextile. But this is a destiny moment, and it might seem like it's stormy, but it's like that's the edge that you want, and you need an edge again, and you're getting edge with the love and the passion, getting over your fears and being able to start a whole new holy grail to a higher place in life if you're willing to go through all that or not. I mean, it's up to you, but this is an amazing opportunity, but it also means not trying to go backwards to places that you know did not fill up your cup and didn't have any connection to you in the same spiritual way at all or mission at all, and trying to resurrect the dead of an old relationship that didn't go anywhere and that gave you a lot of fears anyway. Your astro dice. You got Libra, Moon, 7th house. Oh my gosh. It's definitely about you wanting to connect emotionally in a relationship. This is a big fucking relationship week for Scorpios. Holy shit. Get out the fucking, I don't know, especially with Scorpios, get out the fucking contraceptives.
Maybe I'm getting married this week.
You never know. Fuck it.
Who wants to go to Vegas?
That, you know, that's like one of the only things that's really like open on the strip.
The little chapel?
Yeah, like I drove by there like a month and a half ago or something. Fucking line. It was like the longest line. Everybody was outside fucking ready to do it. Like,
it's time to get it. It's time to go out there and get it, Scorpio.
Fuck yeah, it is.
It's time to step out of that darkness, the darkness within inside yourself and the darkness that you sometimes surround yourself with. And actually let that light in, let that love in, let that appreciation in, you know, instead of just kind of wallowing in that doubt or wallowing in the fear that you brought up from those past relationships, those traumas. Cut those cords completely, wipe it clean, wipe that clean. It's a new slate. It's a new opportunity to bring in this energy of appreciation, this energy of love, this energy of sex.
oh, he said it.
I think we all.
I mean, yeah, I just think that it's like the ultimate thing is right there. It's something that you've seen, and it's definitely like being directed towards you and being told to you. So if you feel the same way, then act upon it and don't be afraid and don't miss out. There's a huge, and it might feel like you're going to have to go through some stormy energy or worry like, well, what would the ex think? Or what would the, you know, who gives a flying fuck about the ex?
Fuck the ex.
Fuck the ex.
Fuck those exes.
You know, you can be nice to exes, but fuck them when it comes to your own love story. That's what fucks people up the most. Libras. Last one. Beep, beep. This week's motto is fuck the ex when it comes to love. Doesn't mean that you can't love them as far as like human being and hope they do well in life, but it means when it comes to your own fucking love story, it comes to the shit you want to do in your life, don't fucking make moves based upon, well, what would my ex think? Who the fuck does that? A lot of people. I've done it before too. But
of course, is out holding on to that hope.
You know, yeah, well, I think it's just more just like,
flame.
You know, feeling guilty as if like there's no reason to feel guilty about it. It's like over already. Like, you know, it's like you don't want to hurt them or something or whatever. I actually just followed this random girl on Instagram because it popped up randomly in my search, and she just talks about like, she just has reels of like how to get over your ex or like how to, and she's just like, she just is straight fire. Just like, here's 5 things. Like, it's cool that you didn't get closure with your ex. Like, what's the reason that you need closure? It's over. Like, it's okay to unfriend all their family, all their friends. Do. It's good. Like, it's okay to fucking not pick up the phone and block their fucking call and block their message and not respond. Like, it's just okay to just like, you know what I mean? Like, she just like fired, just like, and then she like shows her like trying to go fucking like to go back and like call her ex or text her ex. And then she's like, oh, I'm actually thinking about all the things that like, one of the things she says is the reason why you're still obsessed with your ex is because 1, you have self-worth issues in yourself. And 2, that you are only focusing on the good things. You're not focusing on the reasons why you got out.
Yeah,
I forgot. I'll give her name out on here. I've never contacted her or nothing. I just followed her today, and it was just like she had just some straight fire.
I had a conversation with my buddy actually on Friday about that same exact thing. You know, he had been with his chick, for years and years and years on and off, even dating back to high school and stuff. And so he's like, yeah, he's like, the issue though, he's like, I would only think about the good things, and then I would start living in those memories instead of actually being real with myself and being real with the universe and allowing all of the memories to come back in. And so we just kind of pinpoint what we want to look at, and that's not going to be healthy. That's not going to be beneficial to anybody. And we're just going to get caught in this loop, this fucking cycle of just downward spiral of it not working out. And then us saying, okay, but what if we do this differently? It'll work out. Even though you've already tried and exhausted every aspect of the relationship, sometimes you just got to move on and just call it quits. Oli.
Yeah, her, maybe you put it where the cards are. It's your breakup bestie. That's her handle name. And she has straight fire, just like cool reels and shit and like ways to get it. Maybe you're not healing because you're trying to be the person you were before the heartbreak. There's a new you that's trying to arrive. Damn! I just picked up something random. So if you're having issues with exes, I saw something, it popped up. I did a cord cutting thing last night, and it was just like perfect timing. And I haven't even looked at all her stuff. I just saw 1 or 2 reels, and I followed her. I was like, I don't see anybody just doing that straight shit. I was like, that's fire right there. Fuck yeah. That's some quality fucking work out there. All right, Libras, maybe you fucking need some of that. Fucking maybe you need to put that as like your top, you need to make that your favorite fucking Instagram, and you need to make that fucking thing as your top fucking story that you see every day. I don't know. Because I got a feeling that Libras, even when they're in relationships right now that might be really positive and everything, it's like you're comparing them to your ex.
People are asking what the Instagram handle is again.
It was your breakup bestie.
Your breakup bestie.
Bestie. Like best friend, like your Y-O-U-R and then breakup and then bestie, like best friend, but bestie, B-E-S-T-I-E.
Boom.
She's got 20,000 followers. Definitely doing something right. Heartbroken. I help women heal their broken hearts after breakup. She needs to change that to and men. She does come from a very feminine version though, but I take it like, oh, I can do that too. Let's see, Libra. 7 of Cups upright. The wonders of other things. Your mind's on other people and other things, even if you're in a relationship, Libra. Ooh, Libra's looking around. Or if you're single, you're just like definitely sorting through. You're swiping left and right all day, and then you're fucking looking in a lot of directions. And if you're in a relationship, you're definitely like fantasizing other situations going on right now. I'm going to be honest with you. Look at that. You got the Ace of Cups as your challenge. So whatever, if you're in a relationship right now, you're realizing it's not as much of a celebration as you thought it was going to be. And I've been saying this. I feel like a lot of Libras kind of got stuck. And if you're single, it's like you're looking for a celebration, you can't find it. And that's why you're just continuing to look. But I think that you need to target much better, like what feels like it would be and go. Because I feel like there's hesitation because of this. There's a lot of hesitation on how to act and what to do. Typical Libra thing. With Mercury coming out of retrograde, though, that'll help this week. 7 of Pentacles upright. Yeah, it's time to, where are you going to invest something and get some return? Because if you don't invest, you don't get no return, right? So if you, like with me, like I invested in crypto, I've made great returns just because I invested the money. If I would get no returns if I didn't invest any money. You got to invest time, effort, and everything. But if you've invested time, effort, and you're not seeing the celebration still and your eyes are wandering, then that's not an investment because that's a loss. But if you're single, and that's where you got to go, you need to start investing in something. You need to start dating. You need to start trying it out. Maybe you need to start swiping left and right. Maybe you need to fucking go, I don't know. Go to a socially distant dating pool? I don't know. Wow, look at this. You're afraid that celebration isn't going to happen. You're having nightmares about it. You're having nightmares that you're in a situation that's not that exciting, or if you're single, that'll never happen again. But continue playing that nightmare out, or continue playing that nightmare out of not doing anything. That's the main thing. Why are you looking around? Oh, look at this. King of Swords. You need stimulation, and you need somebody that's a lot more powerful and knows what they want. I feel like you're dealing with dud, energy. I've said that before, actually. But that keeps popping up in the tarot for the Libras. It's like, who's got power and knows what they're doing and has a direction? Instead of, you already don't have a lot of direction right now. So it's like, who's got the direction? Pick somebody with some direction here. Pick somebody who's got some power that's communicative and got that strength within that space. You did pull the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. So you know what? You're investing not in yourself when you invest in things when you're getting no return because you're not into it and you're looking in other directions. And you need to realize that you need to invest in that independent self of all the things that you really want in your life and the values that you want and the reality that you want to like, instead of investing in a reality where it's not turning the way out that you want to. Your overall here. Oh, protection. Wow. South Node. Ooh, you're protecting an old South Node life's debt. You're protecting an illusion. It's like you're protecting yourself because you want to stay safe in shit. Single or not. What are you protecting? You're protecting an illusion. You're protecting things that aren't even worth protecting. You're investing in things that you're not getting a return in. Which, especially for single Libras, would be like, you're not doing anything. Or Libras, you're investing in partners that really fucking, or you got, I feel like there's a lot of Libras, especially because this was a Venus retrograde year and it was in your 9th house. It was like, you just jumped into something big this spring and summer. And now it's like, what the fuck? Square Neptune in your 6th, not the reality you wanted. Should have paid attention to Leo King. Venus Libra in the 9th. Oh wow, yeah, this is definitely, this is you starting to expand your horizons. It says that here with the 7 of Cups. I think that this is you looking at the beliefs, and you need to start to look at the story if this is really the relationship story that you want, and what is the relationship story that you want, and if you're willing to actually do it. Are you willing to go through the belief and the faith that that's going to be happening? Or are you gonna expand yourself? Are you gonna try? Are you gonna explore? Or are you just gonna fucking sit out the window and look out like it's fucking raining at the window and just just look at just the world and how crazy it's going and just be like, well, I'm safe here and it's not that great. The world's not celebrating right now. It's all like this, so I guess I don't have to. No! I'll finish with this 20-second story. I'll never forget. I got home from DJing once. I had a party at my house. I fucking took an ecstasy pill and there was an earthquake right when the E was hitting. And fucking, this is a long time ago. And fucking, we all were laughing so hard. It was a traumatic event, an earthquake, which we have a lot of here. But we were laughing so hard and we were having such a good time. And it's like, traumatic events, it's how you see them and how you perceive them. And the party didn't stop. We had a good time. You can have a good time even when the world looks like it's going to shit. And that's a wrap for the election week and the Mercury direct and the Moon in Leo square the Sun in Scorpio week. Please share this out with all your friends. Make sure that you join us on highvibe.tv. I don't know if we have any closing arguments here from Mr. Scorpio Craig himself, especially for Libras.
I think that it's for everybody that we need to invest in ourselves, invest in our happiness, not get caught up in the surrounding world, get caught up in the drama that doesn't necessarily benefit us. There's going to be certain things that are put in front of our face, certain conversations, and if they're not going to fully benefit you, if they're not going to bring you the happiness, obviously we need to have those tough conversations, but also protect yourself, from the energies, protect yourself from the doubt and all the pain and the hardship that's going to be swirling around that can be projected onto you. Be that light, be the voice of reason also when it comes to individuals that are surrounding you, just pay attention to yourself, pay attention to your happiness, and then live your life in fulfillment and go get fucking weird. That's about it.
Get weird, have a good time. No matter what happens this week, definitely align with thebomb.com and be a member of highvibe.tv. Love you all very much. Sending you the best. Remember, if you feel it, are you ready to see it in life? Don't be afraid. Love you all. We'll see you in the next show.
See ya.